Hi, everybody. We are back for another exciting session of Tales from Tuatha. The whole gang is here. We've got Cora, Nerdia, Thea, Lost, Alik, and this is session 14 of Tales from Tuatha. Ooh, I've got so many windows open. So, let's start off with the recap, as usual. Let's get some music, why not? Some tavern music. Having tracked the assailants of the caravan to their makeshift camp, our heroes concocted a plan to sneak up on and surround them. Unfortunately, while trying to avoid detection, Harbequirtholmitalik fell directly on several jagged stones, alerting the ogres to their presence. The battle was fierce, but our heroes ultimately prevailed, though the largest of the bunch escaped on foot. Cora, in a vengeful fervor, nearly split from the party to pursue the escaping giant, but was eventually convinced to stay and rest with her companions. The Ymuli recovered from the destroyed caravan. Haldar found his hunting brother amongst the corpses at the camp. After explaining to the party that he wasn't able to save his companion, Hrothgar, Haldar performed a mysterious and brutal death ritual of his people, known as Yutula. The party then relieved Haldar of his manacles, and he left to return to the Ohava. Our heroes then sat down to rest for the battle ahead, and Nerdia asked her goddess Umberlee if it was a good idea to pursue their quarry that night. Her vision suggested that there's great danger ahead. The companions decided to find a place to rest for the night. What perils await our heroes as they pursue their most dangerous quarry yet? We'll find out now, although first we have to handle the rest. And Katie DC'd as usual. We got her back. Okay, so you found a small grove of trees, thanks to the guidance of Nerdia, sort of scouring the landscape, that is entrenched in this small valley. It's almost like an indentation within the plains that you find yourself in. You are far north at this point, of the road that connects Brimshire and Moontip. And we'll say you've moved 1 mile or so to find this location. It feels fairly secure here. Everyone feels pretty good about where they are. I think I have something for this. Yeah, having found a safe place to camp, you unfurl your bedrolls as Lost collects firewood and starts a fire for heat. Who is on first watch?
I believe I was taking first watch because I was still tense about the whole situation.
Okay, Cora on edge, unable to sleep, unable to rest. Will someone join her?
I will.
Okay.
I unfortunately reset my spells already, so I don't remember what I was before the rest.
Okay. I mean, I think you were down like a couple level ones.
I don't know if I was down level 1, but I think I ran
At least one level 2.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's not that big a deal.
I think I used 1 level 1.
I put my new character sheet in the
Maybe
chat.
this will be nighttime music. Okay. Oh no, this is a little intense for nighttime music. Okay, so on the first watch is Cora and Nerdia. So everyone else unfurls their bedrolls, goes down to rest by the campfire, the warmth of the campfire. It is a cold, slightly breezy night. Not a lot of breeze this far inland typically. There's a bit of wind coming down from the mountains to the north. And the sky is totally black. It is darkness all around you, but for the campfire light. Do you guys want to have any kind of conversation, or you just want to stake the watch and see what you see?
I don't have anything to say right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's fine.
I feel like
That
we
was
just
a-
talked it out right before sleeping.
So the
bracing encounter with the ogres and that giant. Thank you for holding me close when they began to throw javelins. I
Oh,
appreciate your care.
you're welcome. I'm glad they didn't hit you. They were pretty rough. I almost went down there.
I know giants are no laughing matter. I hope that we can catch up with this one. I appreciate you divining our next steps. I still worry that not moving fast enough, we may lose my chance to find revenge.
I hope that's not the case, and we can take these beasts down.
Again, I just appreciate all your help. I think I'm going to walk out amongst the trees and just keep an eye out. I seem to be rather restless. I just, again, hope we are able to catch these fiends.
Alright, stay safe and don't go too far.
So I walk out within sight of the fire and kind of pace between the corpse that we're in.
cops? Yeah, okay.
Cops,
So,
yeah.
Cora, roll d4.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I can't tell, it's so dark. Is it rolling? Yes.
3. So, Nerdia, you're resting by the fire.
Oh yeah, keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Like,
So you're just resting by the fire, kind of watching out for Cora. The night is very dark, and you can barely see Cora's silhouette out in the dense woods. You are sort of looking around. Are you sort of sitting?
yeah.
Sitting sort of like on the ground or
Yeah, like
something?
with my back to the fire so I can see out into the night.
You have your glaive by your side, and your hands sort of on your feet, or on your thighs. And you feel a little tickle on your right hand.
Oh no. Do I see anything?
You look down at your hand, and there is a very large spider totally covering your hand, crawling across it slowly.
Oh no. I guess I'll hold really still.
Is your character,
Guess all done.
is Nerida afraid of spiders in any way?
A reasonable amount.
Okay,
A normal person's amount of having giant spider on them.
so I would say roll wisdom
Okay.
to try to avoid panicking.
+5.
You
so.
are meditative, peaceful. You know, you can look directly at the spider, and you know it's on your hand, and you separate yourself mentally from your hand. You know, it's crawling across a hand. It's not crawling across my hand.
Do I recognize the spider and know anything about it? Like the species or anything?
Roll nature.
Seven.
No, it was just straight wisdom, so +5. So 7 total. It's a big spider. It's a bit furry. It looks strange. You're not really sure what it is. You know that in these sorts of spiders hang out in the forest. These types of larger, slightly furry spiders. Some of them are venomous. Some are not. You know that they won't attack you unless you do something terrible to them. It starts sort of crawling up your arm,
Okay.
and still you're just
Yeah.
crawls across your shoulders and down your back, and back onto the forest floor, and you don't feel it anymore.
Goodbye, spider boy.
The rest of your watch passes without incident. Cora returns back to the fire. And
Anything happen while I was away? Anything worth noting?
Not much. Saw quite a large spider. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet.
Oh, I keep looking to harvest some more venom from them. You should have let me know.
Oh, sorry about that. I was concerned about it biting me.
Do I know anything about them being a ranger? Can I just offhandedly
you
say
don't see the
it's-
spider. It's no longer around the campfire.
Oh, so I can't really make a snap judgment. Okay. Who were we supposed to wake up for next watch? We never really.
It's a good way to let you
decided,
guys
didn't we?
make the decision. You two can decide.
Okay.
I can take the next watch.
Lost
Lost in
Road.
a week.
Lost no one
Lost rolls
Sounds
over
like
a
a very
spider on
plot-
the middle of his face. I could take that. No, just kidding.
Okay, so we're gonna wake up Lost in that lake.
Okay. The boys.
The boys, be careful. Be careful, boys. There's spiders in these woods. Oh, that was a horrible accent.
You nailed it.
I have no idea where that came
Just,
from.
you know, tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we sit down, I'm pull a ham shank out, and another ham shank to offer to
Double
Lost.
fisting ham shanks.
Yeah.
I gotta start taking watch with Ali. Keep these pack him out as ham shanks. Sorry.
And I'm going to pull out one of my 2 bottles of low-leaf whiskey. That I bought at the
This is good
festival.
watch.
Yeah. Ham shanks and whiskey. Let's do this.
Just passing the bottle between each other. No glasses or anything. Just,
But responsibly.
if you drink the
Responsibly.
whole bottle between the two of you, you will definitely be drunk.
But it's a long rest. They'll recover, right?
Oh yeah, they'll by
Yeah.
morning.
We drink it slowly over the course of the
Okay.
you know, over the course of yeah.
I hope you're caught unawares.
Roll d4s.
Both of us?
Sorry, let's have Alec roll d4.
Well, fine.
Do you want me to still roll d4?
No. That's okay. We already got one.
Okay.
All right. Peering into the dark of the woods around you, the silhouette of a tall figure forms. It's moving towards you, calmly. Rota, in! It's just moving towards you slowly.
I'm just gonna tap Alec and be like, "Hey, man, do you see that?"
Do I see it?
You both see it. I mean,
Okay,
it yelled out to you, and you can tell where the voice is coming from pretty readily.
And I'm sorry, what kind of voice was it?
It said,
Do we know what it's
in.
attached to? Can we
So-
see? I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if I can see what the voice is attached.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
Guess not.
dark. You're not used to the woods. You're used to the underground, and you use lots of torches typically. You got a bunch of eye boogies. You can't see much.
I literally have dark vision. Yeah.
So you see, it's a silhouette of a large figure, large humanoid
All
figure.
right, I'm gonna yell at him, holler up, wake up, ring an alarm bell.
Okay. It
And I-
makes its way into the light of the campfire, and you recognize it quickly. It is Haldar from earlier in the day, the Ymuli that you rescued from under the caravan.
Oh, why was he speaking
Oh.
Ymuli? He knows we don't speak that.
Friends. He puts his hand up, and he's holding a spear, like an actual spear now, not the giant javelin. He has a small, rough cloth tunic on, in addition to some cloth pants.
Oh, awake. Is this what you woke us for?
Yeah, no, sorry, go back to sleep.
What brings you back our way, Haldar?
Speak. Wait a moment. From the darkness, you hear the sounds of many bows creaking as they're drawn. Looking around, spear tips of iron and stone emerge from the darkness into the light cast by your campfire. A deep voice billows from the darkness. Rota! Ohava! Gima! A huge man enters the light of your camp with long, purposeful strides. His long gray hair is carefully braided, but dirty. In this light, his dark complexion is pierced by his pale blue eyes. His chest, held proudly even in his old age, is adorned with pelts clasped with large animal teeth. From his neck hang cured leather cords flush with more teeth. As large as his head is, a yet larger skull of some enormous feline rests atop it, its jaw framing his stern, angular face.
Do I know enough about Ymuli customs, being from the Northlands, to know the proper greeting for a chief?
So you've heard them both say rota, and rota, means greeting. But there's no customary way to greet a chief.
Rota, chief of I forget his name. Hrothgar, Hrothgar.
No, Hrothgar was Haldar's friend who died.
Oh,
this is the chief of the Ohava.
Chief of the Ohava. Not good with names.
The Ohava are his tribe, Haldar's tribe.
Right.
You can excuse him. He's been drinking.
Yes. You rescue Haldar. You rescue Hrothgar. Yutula was given. Now have ancestors in this land. We give you Yutula. He's just sort of standing there.
Thank you.
At you.
What is Yutula in art?
Yutula, you piecing together what little Ymuli you know, and the context, you sort of think it means thanks or gratitude.
Okay.
Can you lead us?
You're not awake.
Oh, I'm awake. He woke us up.
We told you to go back to sleep.
To be
But I
fair,
didn't
you
go
told
back
him to
to
go back to
sleep.
sleep, but
Oh,
he didn't
okay, fine.
necessarily just plop right down.
Cora's been listening in. We have seen Yuma. Haldar will lead.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Yuma? What is Yuma?
Yuma. He gestures widely with his arms. Yuma.
Giants?
Ogres.
Yeah, maybe it's the giant or the ogre. Yeah.
Big men.
These big men, they may be the ones who killed my family. I would appreciate it if you, brought us to them as quickly as possible. When can we leave?
You rest when star goes up. You leave. Haldar will lead.
Cool. So we leave at dawn.
Okay. I will be prepared.
Haldar says,
Your people...
I stay tonight.
And I'm going to offer Haldar a drink.
He takes the bottle and sniffs it. Yes. This is the first time you've seen him smile. He hands it back.
I grin and nod, and then realize I'm grinning and stop real quick.
I will sleep.
I pull out another ham shank for him.
Points at himself and says, Brinta, which, Ali, you recognize as sort of like the word for chief. It says, Diarmad, sharp whistle. And he, puts his fingers in his mouth and, blows this incredible whistle that echoes throughout the small copse of trees.
I point at myself, and I say, I gotta fight. I can't do it.
I know what it is.
Harbequirtholmitalik. Harbequirtholmit. Harbequirtol. Harbequir. Harbe. Son of Har, first of House Har.
Little man.
And I'm lost.
Lost. Puts his hand into
Yeah.
your fist, holds it out, and then clasps it on his chest. Goodbye.
Tell your people about us. Let them know that we come in peace. We do not want to accidentally get into any battles with more of your villagers, more of your village men as we progress on my campaign for retribution.
Yes.
Yes.
When
Jinta.
Cora says villagemen, I glare at Cora and shake my head. Villagemen? That's offensive. How dare you?
I kind of sleepily look at him. Drunk dwarf. Me and my song troupe, is that better for you?
While you guys are bickering, Rinta Diarmad has turned left. You see the spear ends retract, and you hear slight shuffling in the forest. Haldar remains, and he unfurls a small cloth pelt and lays down. Alright, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Who is next?
The only
Guess
people
that
left?
would be, yeah, me and Nerdia.
Nerida is already taken
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
Oh, she already did.
Just be the.
Haldar could take watch with you.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So stay up, taking watch. Haldar is dead quiet. As you've come
Yeah,
to
me
expect
too.
from him.
I'm just gonna sit there and hang with Trogdor.
Okay. Like roils around a bit.
Just giving him head scritches.
Okay. Roll d4. Okay. Your watch passes uneventfully. And then that brings us to morning. Yeah, Trogdor eats a spider. No, Trogdor is like just chilling. All right. In the morning, everyone arises. It's probably getting close to noon at this point because you had to spend a little extra time. You started rest kind of late. Everyone recovers, gets all the benefits of a long rest. You recover your hit dice, you recover your hit points, you recover spells. So I think for the people with D&D Beyond, you can just click long rest or something, and that does it for you. I'm not sure. The sun rises majestically in the east. It takes a while before it's like, 10 or so before it peers into the small divot in which you guys are staying. But you can see it light the sky above you as it crests the horizon of Tawatha. And Haldar gets up as well. He rolls up his little sleeping mat. He fastens it around his waist with a leather cord and says, "God." Does anyone want to do anything in the morning before you go? Before you set out?
No. Just
Nope.
equip new spells. And...
New spells? Sure. Make all the necessary arrangements.
Yeah.
He leads
Maybe
you...
find a chunk of platinum so I can make a platinum ring. Other than that, I'm
I
good.
mean, you have platinum
Two
coins.
platinum.
What do you need that
There's a spell.
Oh, the spell, yeah.
Pretty
Which
cool to
spell?
spell. What's it called? Something
I
bond?
figured it was for a
Warding.
spell, but
Warding
I was,
bond?
I was trying to find out
Warding
which
bond,
is-
yeah.
Oh, cool.
No, he wants to make a platinum ring for a fashion statement.
I mean,
Yep,
that's pretty
for
rad.
fashion purposes.
Yeah. I would take anything
Makes sense.
seriously with it.
It's what you'd
really
expect
big.
of dwarves.
Yeah.
Typical dwarf.
Well, I got lucky with my rolls, and my staff has reset.
Oh, nice.
Aw,
I'm gonna cast mage armor since it lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
Better to do it prophylactically.
Pretty much good for the rest of the day.
Yes.
Okay. Those D&D prophylactics. Haldar leads you further north.
Cora watches her companions do all this and thinks it's overkill and silly, but here we are.
Further north and a bit west. Let's shrink you to the edge of this small mountain range here, which takes a good maybe hour, not too long. So it's noon by the time you get there. And he takes you to the mouth, a large mouth of a cave jutting out of the hills there. This is Yuma, go Eden. And Cora, this whole time, you notice that you're essentially following the tracks of some band of giants, it seems. So,
Okay.
Following it.
Yep. Here's our giant's cave, it seems.
let me make sure this worked real quick. Okay, we're good.
Looks like a normal sized cave to me.
For a dwarf, it may be.
Do I see, like, tracks that indicate how many giants go in and out of here? Anything like that?
Roll survival.
I will.
I can assist with that. I can give you advantage on that.
My character, my spot went to the other side all of a sudden.
How strange.
Was Cora helping me? Is that what you said?
Oh, I know
Yeah,
what's
yeah, I can
doing
give you
it.
advantage on that.
I know what's doing it.
18.
Okay, so there are a lot of tracks here, and they all trample over each other, and there are also indications that square or rectangular objects have been sort of set down and picked up as well. And it's kind of hard to tell how many and of what type. You would guess there are anywhere between like 10 and 20 sets of tracks to give a rough estimate. Some are definitely, there are sort of, with that roll, you can determine that there are 3 separate sizes of tracks. There's one that you would guess is roughly ogre size, there's another that you would guess is roughly hill giant size, and then there's also a larger set.
Okay. I'll tell my friends this. to speed
Well,
through.
So do I get some additional bonuses here? Because I have hit mountains as my terrain.
Well, you were you mean within
class. As like a preferred class, and then I also have giants as my preferred enemy.
right.
So I'll get advantages to attacking giants, and then what
Okay.
is it for being in my terrain?
I think you can track anything like
×2 proficiency points for int and wisdom checks. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group. Always alert for danger. You can move stealthily alone at a normal pace. ×2 food when foraging. And while tracking, learn exact number, size, and when they pass through.
Okay.
So I guess that's the important part for this,
So-
since I'm giving her advantage on the roll.
I'm gonna do something a little bit new here. I just realized for people watching, they're gonna be able to see this whole thing.
Oh, I don't have a background.
Yes, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Shouldn't be able to see anything.
Okay, I won't
Except
look
for
over there
this
again.
little bit here.
Yeah, awesome. It's a little uncovered bit. He'll slowly uncover it as we go
Okay,
through.
I won't look
Ooh,
at it again.
fancy.
Yes, do not look at my screen.
I didn't understand it, I just knew that I didn't have whatever it was.
Twitch see the whole thing?
Twitch, unfortunately, can see the whole thing.
Ooh, Twitch. Well, that's unfortunate,
What
right?
we'll have to do
Not
at
maybe.
some point.
Only one of us watches
It's
Twitch.
kind of.
to cheat.
I mean, it's weird for them to like know. I mean, they don't know what they know, just like the general layout of the thing. But I have a special like annotated image that I'm gonna look at to
Right.
actually know where everything is. But
Oh, because Switch is.
Twitch is using my
Yeah,
view.
they,
What we need is like someone else to be a spectator in our game, and
Yeah.
they can just control the camera.
Yeah,
But
maybe
I don't
your
know.
sister or my brother would be willing to do it.
Yeah, maybe. That would be amazing if we could get somebody to do that. Anyway, so find yourselves here at the cave's entrance. Each of these tiles, I'm going to say, is about 10 feet long. So peering into the cave, it is dark, it is dry. The stone is still brown for the most part. It's sort of like a shale brown, if you will. And there's no dirt or dust really to speak of beyond the cave entrance. It is almost entirely rock.
This cave has lots of tin in it.
He's biting the rocks on the side of all of the cave.
Oh, that's right. Our dwarf is not very dwarfy, is he?
I'm not.
So entering this
Okay, roll for it.
first area. Oh, sorry. At the cave entrance to Haldar says, "Good luck, Jinta. Goodbye." And
Thank you.
What? We're just letting him leave Haldar.
and he leaves.
You've come all this way. You've been our brother in arms. You know we will fight a.
Not my hunt.
It is your hunt. These
No.
people are in the north. They will
Goodbye,
affect your
goodbye.
lands and your people.
He just
They
walks
drive
off
your-
while you're yelling at
I
Oh.
do that. This is over the chest thing, that they do. With
He's. And he walks away.
Oh. Be afraid. We don't need you. I don't need anybody. Walk into the cave.
So entering this first large section of cavern, it's been in use recently. There are several bits of wood, scraps of cloth, little tufts of hair that you can easily find. Lots of large tracks all over the place.
Can I collect a scrap of cloth?
Sure.
One that's like large enough to be used as a blindfold? Are there any?
There aren't any that large.
Okay.
The scraps of cloth that there are just little patches.
Okay. Do they look like they were people's outfits or something?
so
They're just scraps of cloth. You
Okay.
really can't tell what they came from.
I see we're kind of abstract down here as the party. How big is this cave?
So once again, each of these tiles is like 10 by 10.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So fairly large.
Can I-
And again, it's very dark in here, so you have to get pretty close to...
I have dark vision, 60.
Sure, not everyone does, though.
Can I hear anything?
We do have a wizard who has the light spell. Maybe.
Our wizard is having technical issues,
Oh, okay, I figured it might be that.
as per usual. Do you want to cast light? Yeah, she casts light.
Okay, she lights up her staff, and this glowing,
Just lights up.
this glowing illuminance from her staff projects out into the cave. It pulses gently, and as it pulses, the shadows pulse and move in time.
We'll make great targets in the dark.
Alright, you guys can decide as a party where you want to go.
So what? Do we still have our track footprints around?
This
see
place
which way?
is just flush with footprints. There are footprints all over the place. There's what looks like might have been a small fire. There's like a bit of ash left on the ground still.
video game logic tells me to go the wrong way first.
So we should go to the right.
Yeah.
This ain't a video game, though. Just saying.
We should go south. Is that the south? We're considering DM to
South
be
is
north.
where we came in.
Yeah. So
I'd like to go to
this
the
is-
left.
Oh, east. East.
This way?
That's east.
Yeah, so I'm saying east. So east video game logic says the
This way.
board can't be larger that way.
Oh,
You're terrible.
it's meta, but it could wrap around.
It could. So yeah, either way.
Okay, so do we want to go way number 1 that I just pinged, or way number 2 that I pinged second?
I vote way number 1.
Or 2?
I'm pretty
I vote
neutral.
number 2.
I vote number 2.
You're just trying to
Cora?
cancel me out?
No. I want to
is
see
it
what's
tied
around
now?
that little
Lost and
corner.
Theo start bickering.
It's tied, yeah. That's number 2. and this is number
2.
1.
Then 2 was the one I
Yeah,
initially
we're going
said, so we're
Alright.
doing 2.
I'll vote
I'm the
for
tiebreaker.
so
Let's go
we can have.
Lost reluctantly gives in to the party. Make
It
a-
was
not
never
in the
this hard
woods.
before.
Silly druid. We're not in the woods anymore.
Oh, harsh.
This hallway narrows a bit. And coming through to this section, it looks like maybe there's something here. You can't quite tell what it was, but there's
How
there's
far
some
away,
things on the ground.
roughly, is that from where we are?
Again, each of these
Each
are
one's-
10 feet, so that's about
So like 50 feet?
Yeah, 50 to 100 feet.
Okay, so I should be able to
Okay, 50
see
feet.
a little bit with dark vision.
Okay, you see.
Because you have 60 feet with
Roll
dark
perception.
Me too.
vision. And so do I.
With advantage? With advantage? Because everybody apparently has it on me.
Yeah.
Is someone else
Reader.
proficient in perception? That
I am
also
proficient in
says-
perception.
Okay, that
Yeah,
also has dark
says-
vision? Okay.
I also have dark vision. I'm gonna just roll instead of assist because I think my.
Yeah, you should, because I rolled
Yeah.
2.
Cool.
Then
It's pretty good though. It's
so there might be some
plus
stuff
6.
on the ground over there. It's a little unclear.
You know, screw it. I'm just going to walk that direction.
Also,
Maybe we should have someone look for traps.
quickly before I forget, Ellie.
Well, so I can only search for traps twice.
Okay.
And if I do that, I lose my other kind of neat spell as a level 2 spell.
Well, if you do it as a
The
spell,
other
you
thing
can
about
always
my...
make a general search for traps. You can do like perception.
That's true.
and see
You
if
could
see-
you could just do a perception, but apparently in the dark, I'm not going to be much good for that.
I'm going to do a perception check as well because I'm also proficient in perception and have dark vision.
Okay. Also, quick note. Oh boy, this just can't see at
God
all.
damn.
Also,
The
quick
dice does
note.
not like us.
The investigation skill is almost like a metagaming thing. The way I think it's meant to be used and the way I will use it, which is basically like if you don't understand what's happened in a situation or like don't really know what's going on, you can roll investigation to have your character basically try to figure out what they think happened. So you
Okay.
could, for example, investigate like what happened over here potentially and piece together what you think might have happened.
Okay. From the clues that we may or
Yeah,
may not
exactly.
actually find, because everybody rolled trash.
Well, so
But neither here
you
nor
can do
there.
the same thing here, is all I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
do you want to move closer to this area?
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, my find traps spell is 120 feet. I have to be able to see it. So it can't just be like within a radius. It has to be possibly to be seen. And I can sense the nature of things that may want to affect me with harm. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a trap, but could be something like a sudden rock fall or undesirable effect. Considered harmful or undesirable. So it's a neat thing, but like, I don't know. Aiden was throwing traps at us in the last dungeon, or when we had that encounter. So I was like, I should actually be able to do things with traps now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is more
so
like
you approach this
treasures.
Yeah, save it for when you want to use it.
Yeah.
As
Cool,
you get
sorry.
closer, it becomes more apparent that
Metagaming.
there are definitely a couple of things on the ground here. Some like small pieces of burnt log, a couple of rocks arranged in a circle. You don't really find a whole lot else.
Okay. So I want to investigate, I guess, the tracks and see what may have been here before.
Oh, you haven't found any tracks to this location yet.
investigate the burnt up wood and rocks.
You could
But,
you could
yeah.
also search the ground using survival to see if there are tracks leading into.
Oh
the
well,
mountains.
I'm gonna search
Sure.
the ground then.
Yeah, with survival.
Roll
Do you want me to
survival.
assist you, or do it on my own? I have a +5.
I also have +5, so
Go ahead, take advantage.
The two nature peoples.
yo, one of them was
Nat-
20. How
nat
about
20. There are tracks leading in and out. They are human barefoot tracks. From the size of them, you would guess it's more likely that it's male. They're slightly larger. And they look a bit staggered, as if the person walking was kind of like hobbling or shuffling a bit. There is only one set leading in and one set leading out. And they look identical, so you think it's the same person. The ones leading out just go back out towards the mouth of the cave.
And the ones leading in go deeper in, or just to this
They go
dead
to
end?
this site, and then
Okay.
Shuffle around the site a bit. There's an indentation sort of on the rocks where it looks like maybe a bedroll was laid, or where a person lay. It's a little hard to tell.
I haven't seen any like corpses or remains or anything yet, right?
It seems like this is used as a sleeping spot by someone, perhaps a guard. It seems like they repeat a pattern of going outside and coming back to this area. And given that we're finding maybe bedrolls or wood ash, I suspect it might be a campsite. But that unfortunately doesn't help us with what's deeper in.
Keep in mind, these are human-sized tracks as well.
that? Yeah, Yeah, something of note is that they're human-sized tracks, considering
Okay.
we traced a whole bunch of ogres and giants in here. Looks like somebody's been camping here regardless. Kind of interesting.
Maybe a slave for them?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, the tracks go back out where we came in. We could go back that way if you guys want to see where they lead, if they go out of the cave or if they go the other direction. Or we can continue to search around where we...
I'm no giant slaying expert like our tiny friend, but I do know that giants and ogres don't tend to band together towards a, long term.
Indeed, but we did find 3 sets of tracks out there. Who knows what that third largest creature may be?
I mean, not without an external.
Perhaps. There's more at
Something
play
smart.
here than we can expect. I don't know what we'll find, but I know we have to eventually venture deeper. I don't mind learning more about our foes if we want to explore these tracks further, but we must be wary.
I am absolutely curious about what a human might be doing around here.
All right. Well, you've only used survival to find tracks. You have other options.
We can investigate, although my intelligence is horrible, and I do not have that skill.
Somebody's
I'd
intelligence
also
is not horrible.
maybe want Lost to do Pass Without a Trace. How long does that last?
I think an hour at most.
Yeah, I think it is an hour as well.
So, how long does it take us to really explore a section? It would last for a bit, right? So we could
You'll
use that to
definitely
start
get through
stealthing
here in less
around.
than an hour for sure.
Yeah, so maybe a cast of that would be prudent to, speaking of prophylactic spells.
Sure, I will cast Pass Without Trace. That just means everyone has to stay within 30 feet of me
Yeah,
as we move through the cave.
that's definitely doable, and we're already a single pond, so...
Yeah.
So it goes without saying, that is happening for the rest of... Okay, done.
So do we want to follow the human tracks, or do we want to continue deeper into the cave?
Let's follow the human tracks. Sure, let's go back out to the...
The human tracks, you follow them back this way, they lead back to the entrance of the cave.
They do just go out.
And they go out?
Yes.
Okay.
And you
Well, that was
you find
uneventful.
both sets of tracks going in and out that way.
Deeper in, always feel good going in a nice set of cave.
Very well.
Okay, so you're done with this. location.
Yep. We going there.
Moving further in to the north. Let's see. There's this small open area here. The floor is sort of getting less smooth, and the rocks are slowly turning from sort of brown to gray-ish as you get deeper into the cave. And it's getting a bit jagged. Your footing is slightly less sure. Not exactly difficult terrain yet, but yeah.
Well, looks like we've hit another fork. Which way you guys want to go?
North, please.
1 or 2?
Sounds like one.
Alec points. 1 or 2.
Can our dwarf friend tell us anything about this cave? Like which way is more uphill, or which one seems to go deeper, or dwarf?
Everyone
Dwarf
can
stuff.
tell that
Dwarf
it's,
stuff.
like, as you go into the cave, it's been a bit uphill. Very, very slight incline. Maybe 5 degrees or so. 5-10 degrees. But you notice it's, like, a little harder to move.
We should use probably the directions. Could we agree that a way is north? Like, that'll make it easier to navigate
This way is north.
Yeah.
We already said
That is north? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
this way is north.
So north.
Okay, then
Maybe
north it is.
west.
Yeah, let's go north.
Okay, let's go north.
All right.
Nobody cares about your
Fuck
opinions,
west.
Aw.
Oh, it's okay,
Slam the
Nerdia.
cup.
I still think you're awesome.
I smile a little bit.
So the cave narrows a bit and then opens back up again. In here, most of the brown rocks have faded, and it's a lot of gray at this point as well. And again, getting more craggy. There are starting to be like small steps or terraces that you sort of have to jump up or step up significantly. It's not a smooth
Do they look
incline as it
man-made
used
to
to
me
be.
or anything?
Roll investigation.
No idea what my modifier is for that.
Probably 0
Probably
or minus 1.
I have no idea.
You look at the stairs.
Nope.
Fairies made them.
Right, so I have
Fairies made
stone
these.
cutting.
Yes.
So if
Can I-
it's like actual stone work instead of a natural formation, I should be able to notice that, right?
Does that only apply to stonework and not a natural formation? Is that
Yes.
true?
It's
Okay.
only history check related to the origin of stonework. So I assume it also apply to whether or not it is stonework.
That's fair. This is a little different from what you're used to. I would say roll investigation with advantage,
Okay, cool.
and it's a low DC.
I know about giants. Do I know about this?
13 plus
Giants, giants, giants.
While this is a natural formation, it
13
looks
plus 1.
it looks a bit worn. Not as if someone were like carving it, but perhaps as if creatures were moving across it. And again, like, who got that amazing? I was lost. Survival check. You can tell there are large tracks.
Lost and
in
I
this
working
way.
together.
Yeah, in and out through this section of the cave.
Perhaps there's some back entrance that we're not seeing that the giants have gone in and out through, and that's why we only saw the human tracks in the front.
Or we just gone the wrong direction.
Many caves have multiple entrances.
Yes.
Insightful dwarf.
Thank you.
Getting deep into the lost references now. It was a dad
Yeah.
joke, and now it's actually the worst show. It's
I'm not sorry.
okay.
So I guess we'll head west from here.
There's no other way to go but back.
Yep.
Now we.
Yep.
Oh, we can go this way.
Yeah.
Unless anybody wants to do some more investigation in
no.
this cave.
Oh, is that like not? That's not a continuation of the path here.
It is.
West it is.
Moving west, again, this is starting to get difficult to maneuver. And the cave narrows a bit, then opens back up to the left a bit. It's getting very, very craggy here. To the point where there are several places where you have to get up like a 3 or 4 foot small cliff, I guess you could call it, a little shelf. You have to like climb up it. Cora can sort of jump and climb, but Alec needs a little boost to get up in his heavy chainmail. I mean, you can climb as well, but there aren't a lot of holds, and you can climb if you want, and not try to ask for help.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
All right, Alec takes his time and climbs up the shelves. Does so surprisingly well, even in heavy armor. He's doing all right. But yeah, it's very craggy. There are like steep drop-offs on your left as you move through. Nothing else really of note here.
Does it look like it's been
throughout the cave? Yeah.
Yeah, broken in a specific path. I can tell that some of the like.
Again, Alec notices that while these formations are natural, like they're a bit worn from traversal, most likely.
So this terrain is disadvantageous to us. Should we keep going this way or go back and find a different direction that might not be quite as strenuous?
The halfling wants to give.
I mean, there's no way to know, but I think maybe since this way's a little harder, they might not expect us to come from this way. Assuming it's harder.
That's possibly true.
This way is also
I would
very
agree. This way seems narrow and more difficult to traverse. Perhaps we'll gain an advantage on our foes by coming upon them from this angle.
What's everybody's passive perception?
I don't
Okay,
remember
along
how
we
to
go.
calculate
Yours is
it.
16. It's
15.
it's
13.
8 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
13.
13.
Oh, it's 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom?
Yeah.
Oh, then it is
Passive wisdom, right?
14.
Yeah, passive wisdom.
Yeah, 12.
So, Cora and Nerdia, you hear very faintly echoes of what you think might be voices, but then again, it could be rocks falling, it could be creatures snarling. It's pretty unclear. It's very far away, but it is in this coming from this direction.
I think I hear something coming from up ahead. We should try to maybe be quiet if we want to keep going this way. They're quite a ways off, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely something.
Well, might as well continue along.
Yes.
Is there anything in this section of cave?
It's just very craggy. There's nothing of note really that you found.
Well, we already have our Pass Without a Trace, our shadows on, so perhaps you should try extinguishing the light just to help give us any advantage on anything that might be up there.
Agreed. I extinguished the light.
Okay. It is now dark as the humming glow of Thea's light from her staff slowly fades and extinguishes. It's dark once again in the cave, and it becomes even more difficult to navigate. You have to feel your way around. Climbing ledges is pretty difficult in the dark. So I'm going to need everybody to roll perception first.
$19.
18.
7. 13.
7.
What am I rolling for?
What's the second thing? Sorry.
Perception.
This is just perception.
So 16 for
Thea.
Thea.
Okay. With a little bit of help, because Cora's having a little bit of trouble feeling her way around in the dark, you all manage to make it up this final ledge into what looks like a hallway. The ground is suddenly fairly smooth again. It's a bit rocky, but it's very unlike the terrain you were on before. Despite that, it does look natural. And it's still pretty dark. I can reveal this slowly. You can only see, because it's dark light, about that far. And only Lost and Alik, because they
Thea
have
has
dark
dark
vision.
vision, too.
Oh, only Lost, Alik, and Thea can see that far. So it appears to be like a smooth hallway, the features of which are a bit difficult to discern because it's very dark.
Smooth like the walls are smooth, or
No,
smooth like
the
it's been tread a
walls
lot?
are still jagged, rocky formations.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think is it flagstones on the bottom, or is it just like it's been well tread?
It's definitely not a produced path. And it's not even necessarily well tread. I mean, you just notice the same normal signs of wear that you've been seeing throughout the cave. And, okay, so a lot more people heard the sound. And
Okay, let's keep on walking.
the rocks here are fairly smooth under your feet. It's more like it was towards the mouth of the cave, except, again, these are sort of gray shale. So you keep moving. The voices everyone hears now, definitely distinguishable as voices, are getting quite loud.
Can we understand what they're saying or what language they're speaking in?
It's still out of range that you can make out discernible words or like intonations. You just hear like, "Whoa, it's all,
Sorry.
Towards the end of this sort of hallway section here, it opens up very wide into this large open cavern, even with fairly high ceilings, maybe 20, 30 feet off the ground. At the far end, there's a faint flickering light that you don't have direct vision of. It's obscured by other rock formations in the way.
Okay.
Are we still passing without trying?
You are.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna continue down slowly,
Okay.
quietly.
Maybe you'll go quietly.
Let's see what this looks like.
I'm gonna fall on some rocks and make a lot of noise.
Oh, you jerk.
Because we might come back here, I'm just gonna erase that table real quick.
Nice.
This is it. So you guys are here at the entrance of this large section.
Damn, this is a big cave.
Also, just quick note, Cora, I reduced the size of your figurine.
Okay.
I should reduce Alec too, huh? There we go. That looks about right. So, there is a faint flickering light somewhere over here, you would guess. Messaging, hang it. And you are all still under the effects of Pass Without Trace. You're moving very quietly, very stealthily.
Where did I go?
You're here.
Oh, I can't see myself because of the fog.
Oh,
You put her in the shadow.
It's because you're
there we
passing
go.
without trace.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
really
Yep.
good.
invisible.
You are the
So
best
good,
pass
I
without a
lost
tracer.
myself.
Stop eating those magic mushrooms. Come on now.
You can't make me.
There, maybe that's better.
Dear Nerdia, eating everything she finds in caves.
Okay, so you come to the opening of this large section of cave. You hear voices, sort of booming voices. Ah, Romima, oh, from over here.
Can any of us understand it?
I can speak giant.
Oh, can you speak? Since when can you speak giant?
As part of my, like, having the, the advantage, the preferred enemy of it, I know how to speak it. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. So
So
yeah,
common, elvish, giant, and halfling.
you recognize the language as giant. Since it's echoing throughout the cave, it's kind of hard to make out what the words are. You think you hear something like "move," "let's go," something like that.
Okay. I would love to get to the top of this peak and have a perfect sniping position for like the rest of this cave.
So yeah,
Have
tell your
it.
companions that.
Yeah. But we need to stay within 30 feet of each other. Sorry.
All right.
Do we want to go straight down the middle, or do you guys want to go around the perimeter of the cave?
Perimeter. What's everyone else think?
Perimeter sounds good.
Cora will be
Well, I
fine
have-
by herself, right? If she goes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have 30 feet range, so as long as the lost stays at a decent space, I can still move close. I probably still have to split to get up there.
You're pretty stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty stealthy by myself.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to go along this.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So Cora is moving out of the Pass Without Trace.
Wait, hold on. No, never mind.
Oh, cool.
No, I'm not gonna blast. It's only a minute.
Well, I didn't check the collider on this thing, but clearly you're not floating. We'll say you're on that spot.
Oh, that's
There's invisible
That's
giants there. Crap!
The difficulties of TTS.
I found them.
Okay. While Cora is sneaking up carefully to this position, what's everyone else doing?
Greg and Katie are discussing secrets. I can see it on their camera.
we're trying to order. We're trying to order dinner.
Okay.
Secrets.
Secret dinner. What's everybody else doing?
I'm sticking with
following
Lost.
Okay. So Lost, you're moving around.
Yeah.
Lost is moving around to the left here. Everyone else is moving with him.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay stealthy. Secrets.
Move
Hopefully.
quietly.
stealthy.
Everyone is
Ish.
sneaking now, so everyone roll stealth. Plus 10 to those who stayed in Pass Without Trace.
I get disadvantage. So does Zom.
Yeah.
But you get plus 10.
Hey.
22.
18.
You have to roll for me too.
No! 14.
Oh,
Oh God.
Nerdia is making quite a bit of noise.
I'm sorry.
And so
Well, it's still
is
14,
Thea.
right?
Yeah. It's still 14.
23.
Wait, how's it 14?
Because I have -1 dex.
So it should be 1 plus 10 minus 1.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's
I have plus
10.
2 decks, so I'm actually 16.
That's 10.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
mine
fucked up.
is.
Sorry.
At least it's not, other Dungeons and Dragons where
Not
its
me this
natural
time.
one
You
is
know
just
what? This is going to be great.
fail.
Nerida.
But I still got a
flip
23.
this coin.
God damn it. How do I do that?
Just hit R on it. Okay. So, I'm going to switch these positions.
This
Head
is
was
why they
victory,
do,
wasn't
like,
it?
Number of
I feel like
pass and
it was.
fails
Head's
and
usually-
crit rolls because
Yeah.
if one person fucks up, they ruin it for everyone.
But with Pass Without Trace, like, it'd be impossible to fail those.
Yeah.
So, do you have new armor or only Alec
I have
has
new armor.
You have new armor. So your new armor, you're still getting used to it a bit, and you can't quite like see exactly where you're walking. You're still looking out for any ogres or giants that might be, and you trip over a stone and try to catch yourself on the wall, the stone wall next to you. You grab a chunk of stone and it unhinges from the wall. It comes loose. And it goes, and you sort of fall to the ground and cling, cling, cling. You hear, "Ugh,"
Must have been 10 instead of stuff.
and all the voices stop. Here, Eto, hold up. You hear just hushed voices now.
All right. So I lived in the caves, right? What kind of cave creature? Do I know cave creature noises? Like, I want to make a noise that would be normal for a cave, like some sort of like giant lizard or whatever. I don't know. Do I know what lives in caves?
Okay, roll performance.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be terrible.
This is.
I guess that's what it
D&D
is.
for.
Can I
So
guide us?
excited.
I'm close by.
If
and
you
I'm on the
cast
ground.
guidance, you'll
Okay,
make
never
considerable
mind,
noise.
never
You
mind.
think you'll make considerable noise in
Yeah.
this cavern. More than you already have.
Am I close
Maybe
enough?
it's worth it.
No, I don't. I'm fine.
Okay.
To understand what the whispering voices are saying.
No. Now that they're
Okay.
hushed, you can't understand them.
Okay,
8.
okay.
Yeah, just a straight 8.
After Nerida makes
nice.
all this loud, clanging metallic noises and crumbling rock noises, Alec goes, everyone looks at him like,
Is that a normal cave noise, Alec?
Yeah, that was a lizard. That's how lizards talk.
echoes throughout the cave. I have to roll something.
No, you don't.
sure
Don't roll
do.
anything. What are you doing? Stop that.
Oh boy.
No, it's fine. Ooh, boy, no, none of that. None of that nonsense.
How cool
Right?
are they? Not very. Still though. Let's see, Cora, your passive perception was what? 16? 17?
15, 1, 5.
You see. By the way, I forgot to size these creatures properly last
You're
time.
so tall, Cora.
You see,
Oh, you're not on the rock anymore. Oh, that's not Cora.
Cora's
That's
just floating.
not the same color as her. That's
See
I
a head
appreciate
peeking
that,
out
but
from
no.
behind this formation here of rocks, and it's looking over towards you. Do you
So I
have
guess
any
can I-
place to hide? You can try to hide if you maybe duck behind, like this bit here.
Yeah, I guess I kind of go prone in between the two.
Do you have a large hollowed out rock like they use in?
Okay, roll Dex.
Well, apparently I should have made a camouflage before I started this adventure, but
Roll just straight
I
Dex.
started this. Yeah.
You
I don't know if
are
this counts as my
used to
plus 4.
You are used to sort of like diving into cover, and holding very still, and even like controlling your breathing as you've had to do as a hunter in the woods. And you are no different here. You dive down behind this bit of rock, and you don't believe the ogre's seen you. They're not terribly perceptive either, so you can peek up a bit and see what he's doing.
Did my party members notice me doing this, or?
They have no line of sight to you from where they are.
Yeah.
They can move.
All right. Well, I guess it hears them, but it can't see them. It's up to you guys if you want to move before I move, or if I should move first.
Move, you move.
No,
I don't think we can talk to each other, so
You have no way to communicate without.
Okay, so we're kind of moving at the same point, at the
Yeah.
same time, I guess.
I mean,
So I'd
we're
say
going
while
to
that's
continue to
happening-
move along this wall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to slowly creep up to the.
Let's do while that's
precipice.
happening. While that's happening, you're still here
Okay.
doing that
Okay,
dodge
okay.
while these guys move up. So you do have line of sight to each other now. You could signal to each other if you want. Moving over here, let's see, what's that range? Well, you see
There's one over there.
over there.
One there. I do all my ranger hand signals and nobody gets it. Crap. Goddamn plebes.
Let's get the actual fire as well. Shoot, will I remember where it is? Should really save it. Good enough. There's a large bonfire there. And around it are 3 large figures and 1 even larger figure. Barely fitting in this
Yay!
cave.
It's huge. I was gonna
They
say,
are-
can we have some harder encounters, Aiden? We've killed everything so far. Let's
You want to die?
notch up the difficulty. Yeah, maybe.
We almost died to those ogres last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
because you
okay.
didn't
Like,
get
you
hit
could have
at
done us a
all.
little
Yeah,
bit
that's right.
bad.
Like,
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
And that was with 2 like really good intent.
Yeah.
Giants out the entire time.
so I do have Wall of Thorns again.
yeah, I think putting around those 4 is
That's
a
juicy.
solid
Put it-
idea.
Put it. You can make it
Yeah.
like a square, right? Can you put it in front of that door? Just block them from leaving.
I think around
I
that.
can block them from leaving, but I'd probably put a
Well,
wall.
the wall of thorns
Well, we
just does
could-
damage as they move through it, so it wouldn't technically walk.
Yeah,
them
I
through
mean,
it.
I could do web and
Can I tell how
Sorry,
bad the
well-
ceiling is in here?
stop medding.
So these guys are looking
Yeah,
around for
sorry.
you. You've sort of failed your stealth check. The ceiling is about 30 to 35 feet high, you would guess.
Well, we sort of failed the sound check, but they still haven't seen them, and they're covered in like this waves of darkness, and they're looking for the fire.
They are peering out in your direction, and as you sort of round the corner here, kind of squinting at you.
Okay, they kind of see something.
This one at the back
Uh-oh.
points to Green here. It says, Pota. And
Can I
Green
whisper to
starts-
Lost? Turn into some sort of cave lizard. Just run by him real fast.
This guy's
Get on the other side of
towards
them.
you. They start picking up clubs, and one of them lifts a giant boulder.
Trap them over there.
Swarm of insects.
Okay, I'm
Chandra
going
with us?
to
Chandra?
move up and
Chandra's with us.
fire a
Chandra's
spike growth.
Just crawling carefully.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you move up. I would say roll stealth again.
Yeah, see if
It's a
they're
lot of
like
rehide.
one stealth and they
This ogre
completely
is looking for you now.
But he doesn't. He's looking for them.
Die.
Yeah. Okay. My D20 disappeared for some reason. Now my roller strip is on me. There it goes. 24, even better.
Okay. Let me see. Let me get this for you.
Thanks.
Okay, he does not see you. You think you're crawling up carefully.
So I'm gonna do a spike growth, and let's see, giving us some
This
tools
guy.
here. spike growth gives me a 20 radius spike thing. So I want to like put it maybe like right here.
So this guy's actually looking for you, but he doesn't seem to really see you. It's pretty dark out there. He's having trouble.
Does that look right? It's 20, so it's bigger than that. Oops, I have to delete the other one.
You can draw.
Yeah, squares and circles are basically the same in D&D,
Yeah.
according to our last DM anyway.
Yeah, go ahead and draw a square.
I mean, that's how they work. The circles are just squares. 5 feet diagonal is the
Okay,
same as
so
5 feet.
let's see. What is this spell you're casting?
Okay.
Oh god.
Spike growth.
You have to
Yeah, I
draw
know.
it like from a
Okay.
specific perspective.
What have you done?
Thomas will help you.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I tried to erase it. It wouldn't let me.
That's really weird. Oh, because it's at like
this
this
one's like-
bizarre angle.
It draws the points on whatever surface.
There we go.
It's so strange.
Okay. So I wanted to maybe encapsulate that green one, but also
So-
give you guys protection. So maybe like
If you're
starting
looking-
from this corner. So it essentially has an 80 foot side to side.
If you're looking
Because it's a-
straight down, like even with the grid, it'll draw a square. But if you're looking diagonal, it'll draw a diagonal square. So just line your screen up with the grid line and then draw the square. How
Yeah.
you want it.
You have to line your screen
Okay.
up to be like perpendicular to the grid lines.
I think that is perpendicular.
I mean, if it's not perfect, it's fine.
So it's a 20-foot radius centered on a point. Just throughout hard spikes forms. And this will make noise, so you'll be essentially like alerting yourself at this point. So we're doing
They've already apparently seen those guys, so I'm gonna try to.
initiative
Get the,
time. Oh, good. Cora's super fast.
Cora getting a surprise round?
Yeah, Cora. Well, the first round, everyone is surprised except for Cora. Unfortunately, that everyone includes the rest of the party because they didn't know what Cora was doing.
Yeah, but you guys were
But
kind of
battle
noticed, so I
begins.
want to put.
So Cora chants the magic words.
Between
You crumble some sharp thorns that you got from the forest and moon tip in your hands, and you cast. You have to have line of sight of this. So let's say you're here, peering out over the side.
Yeah, I'm not getting any drawing. Someone draw something.
So you're
Okay, just
selecting the
ping
ruler
this.
somehow.
Just ping the center where you want it.
I mean, it's like
On the guy.
essentially like right in front of the guy, I think.
Okay. Whoa,
So like
that's
this?
wrong.
Just use the pen.
Oh, 20-foot
I
radius.
tried to different tools. They're
Yeah,
not
that
really.
looks good.
That's how you
will
want
it
it?
actually go up on the rock?
Yeah.
That's how the line goes. I don't think that's how the thing should go. Maybe.
Well, here, let me. It's a neat spell.
Okay, so everyone can see it except for the ogre. Actually, the ogre can see it too, so none of them are going to be confused about what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come on, it's dark. They can't.
No, any
oh,
creature
I
that
caught them
can't
by
see the
surprise.
area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom
Okay,
saving throw.
okay.
Everyone can see it. Okay, so this area is now spike growth. So you say the magic words, you crush the sharp thorns in your hand, and the ground in the area twists, and spiky, thorny vines sort of form on the ground there, and create difficult terrain, basically.
And I think I want to take a shot at Ogre Red.
Is that a bonus? No, that's an action, so you cannot shoot.
I get 2 actions.
You do not get 2 actions. What are you talking
I
about?
thought that's a 2 attacks.
If you
Two attacks
attack,
level 5.
if you take the attack
you get
action,
2.
you can attack twice.
Do
That's
it
what it
twice.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, like, what? You're not better than a fighter. Like, get out of here.
But you're in a surprise round, and you're also the fastest. So once your
That's
action
true,
is
so I'll
over,
go
Okay,
the round
so
is over.
I need to roll initiative for these fine blokes. We'll do.
Possibly. We're about to find out.
So,
If one of the ogres gets a 22, I don't even know what that's gonna do.
gets a 22 initiative.
Yeah,
I don't think that's possible. They would have
exactly.
plus
That's
X.
like I don't even know what's gonna happen. They're like nimble giants. That doesn't make.
Yellow.
Hey, that's sizeism.
Yes, it is. Aiden's been doing it all game, but you only care now. Come on. Talking about how Allie can't get up tiny inclines because he's a dwarf.
Wearing chainmail. And they're not tiny inclines.
Split
They're
mail,
like
I think.
3.
I know
yeah,
they're big. I'm
like
I'm
3
I'm
foot.
exaggerating for comedic effect.
Okay, one more. Oh, jeez. Okay, so top of the round is Cora. You are still prone because you basically used your last action to like crawl up there and cast Thorn Growth.
Do these
Okay.
things all occupy a 3x3 grid?
Yes, all of the giants are three. They're 15 feet. They're quite large.
That's big. We're gonna die.
We might. But
We
they'll be
might.
really big, spicy deaths.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that I started the surprise far enough so that we have a little bit of range to get a little bit of range damage on them before we started all this.
This is
That was the
actually
best you could have
this is
hoped
actually
for.
perfect
Certainly.
because you got that thing blocked off, so they have to go difficult terrain or go way around. This is good.
And they take damage if they move through difficult terrain. It's
Tons
like-
of damage.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. So things are neat. So I guess I'm gonna hit red. So going prone, is that in full action
So
to
standing
get
up takes
unprone?
half your movement. That's it.
Half my movement. Okay. So I'm gonna stand up. I have to stand up to actually be able to use my longbow properly. Correct.
Yeah, good luck firing a longbow from prone. That will never
Yeah.
happen.
So I'm gonna stand up, which means they can all kind of see
Lean on
me.
your side.
I would say these three you still don't have line of sight of at the
Okay.
campfire.
Well,
And
that's
the ogre
okay, I don't
probably
really-
can't see where you are currently, although if you round the top here, you believe he'll be able to see you.
oh, so I can't also. I also cannot really see the ogre.
Not from where you are.
That's fine. Then
But
I
you
will
have 15 feet of
hit.
movement, so you can
No, I'm gonna hit Green Hill Giant.
Green Hill Zone.
With
That's
Green
what I
Hill
was about to
Zone.
say.
With a normal shot, and I'm gonna hunter mark him first. Does that give me
Okay.
a bonus to my hit?
Yes.
Just to the damage.
To the damage. It gives you D6.
Wait, Hunter's Mark is concentration. Right?
That's true. Oh yeah, you're concentrating on spike growth. So if you hunter's mark,
Oh,
you
I have
lose.
to keep concentrating to keep that up. It doesn't
Yeah,
just
you can only
happen.
concentrate on one spell at a time.
Okay, so then let's keep that sight growth up.
Cora's got to go fast.
That's a hit though, big time.
Yeah.
So you're firing your longbow. This creature is undamaged. So do
Yeah, so a D8 plus. What did we say? 5?
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense to my
Is that the
brain.
right one? I think I rolled the D10. Let me try that again. Sorry, I'm a little zoomed out from my dice.
Oh no!
Well, not even better. So 6.
6 damage. So you stand after having cast the spell, draw your bow loose, and it lands, but it just sort of skids off the giant's shoulder for 6 points of damage. That was green.
But I'm going to attack it again.
All right.
Now, but I've got a beat on him.
Was that plus 7?
Plus 8, I think is what I find my 12.
That does not hit.
Oh, it's
So you
plus
fire
9 with my
again.
proficiency.
Does
Plus
not.
9.
Plus
No,
9,
still 9.
really?
Plus 9, yeah, with the proficiency. With
Alright.
the new proficiency
He
bonus.
was plus 8.
That just barely hits.
Yes! So 2d8 plus 5. No, that's still not.
Yeah, you can tell by the color.
Yeah.
Hey, 16. So this time, you've recalibrated your aim. The arrow sinks into the giant's chest just near where you had fired previously, and it takes 16 points of damage. Oh! Oof! Batota! He yells at you.
And I understand giant. What is he saying?
Sid's saying, like, little bitch.
Swears. It's saying swears.
Awesome.
That's not very nice.
I have these extra players that
Gender
don't exist
specific
yet.
derogatory
Cora,
slurs.
you should use your bonus action to lecture him.
They're bad guys. They say bad things.
You horrible monsters! You killed my family!
Next is
About
lost.
to
And
die.
also, not very nice.
Not very, it's not very polite. Oh, I'm a chaotic good. I don't really care if they're polite.
Okay. So
Helm, however, might have a few things to say about that.
No, hell no.
I'm going to move just a couple spaces.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Erupting Earth.
Oh boy. Okay.
120 feet. So I'm going to cast Erupting Earth down between yellow and blue over here. Yeah, 20-foot cube.
Erupting Earth. 20-foot cube. Fountain of churn
If you put
earth.
it in the back corner, could you hit that one
No
too?
metagaming. Shh, it's not your turn.
Like if you put the center right here.
Shut up, shut up.
I'm going to stick with what I said. because that's true.
A fountain of churned
Okay,
earth and stone
okay.
erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature must make a dex saving throw. Take 3d12 bludgeoning on a failed save or half as much on a successful. So where is it again?
So I'm... Actually, you know what? Because I'm trying to not get into Cora's jazz, so it's more or less here.
Okay.
So actually, I will hit the other.
Okay, so
Ever
this
so slightly.
this all like strange, almost geyser of stone erupts out of the ground. It shatters this bonfire completely. Just flames and flaming wood spills out, is thrown all over the place. And these guys need to make a dex saving throw. So we'll
Yeah,
go
13.
blue, yellow, hill. Hopefully these dice roll correctly. Oh, cool. So the hill giant succeeds, which makes sense because it's right on the edge. The other two, I think, will definitely fail. Yeah, for
Nice.
sure.
One guy failed with the 1. Does he get extra fail?
One guy failed with a 1. Maybe he extra fails. So roll 3d12 for damage. So this is also now difficult terrain as the stones settle to the ground. Okay.
19, and the stone giant,
Takes
even though he
9.
succeeds, still takes half. Yeah.
So stone giant takes 9. And is it yellow and blue? Each take 19.
Yep.
What is that?
And that whole area becomes difficult terrain.
The giants, like, stumble around as the rocks beneath their feet explode up into them and damage them, perhaps in precarious parts. And they sway. Ooh! Next up.
Ha! Take that in your meaty bits.
Oh boy. This ogre. Oh! Etota! Whoa. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. He sees that rough terrain. How about 1, 2, 3, 4. Climbs up here. 5, 6, 7, 8. He climbs up the side of this stone formation here easily. Now that you're standing, Cora, and firing stuff, he does see you. And he's got a javelin in his hand, ready to throw.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah,
He can't quite reach me,
He's gonna throw
but he
at
has
Cora.
to javelin one at me.
Yeah, he's gonna throw at Cora.
It serves me right after saying how easy last combat was.
16.
Oh, that ties my armor class. Really,
So that
16?
hits.
+6. Dang.
Plus 6. 2.
I don't get like a reflex save.
Nope.
You did actually, and you didn't succeed it.
Basically.
Yeah.
Take 14 points of damage as the javelin strikes you very near to your chest. Just this huge javelin, twice your length, sticks into your chest. You grimace,
Ugh.
pull it out, but it wounds you heavily. That it sunk in quite deep. Oh, it doesn't actually knock her back. Roll concentration check.
Funny.
So roll. It's a con save. Okay. Okay, you save.
Very fortunate. Very.
Unless you have
barely.
-2 con, which I don't think you do.
No, +1.
As no one should ever have -2 con.
Never, no.
Okay, next up is Thea.
I turn to Nerida and say, I wish to aid you in battle. May I give you a gift?
Sure.
All right, I cast haste on Nerida.
Ooh, thank you.
I believe it takes a licorice root.
It does.
You-
And I've been gathering botanicals all through our hikes.
You hold out the licorice root, swirl your hands, say the magic words. The licorice root dissolves in your hands. And Nerida, I don't have a little thing for haste.
No, I do appreciate that Aiden's trying to get the spell components correctly when he talks about it.
So Nerida, you are hastened. I don't have like an icon for that, unfortunately.
I can remember.
Yeah, I'm sure that
I
you
don't
will
remember exactly what it does though. I'll look it up.
It doubles your movement speed, I believe, and
Oh,
gives you 2
yeah.
actions.
Oh my god.
So until the spell ends, the target
Oh, you cut out there.
has advantage on dex saving throws and gains an additional action on each of its turns.
So the part of that cut out, but yeah,
Okay, so not the move speed thing though.
Oh, I got 2 AC as well.
yeah,
2 AC,
2 bonus
advantage on dex saving
AC.
throws, additional action can only be used to take attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object, so you can cast spells with it.
Okay.
Da, da, da. And it is concentration, so you're concentrating on that.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You can also move on your turn up to 30 feet.
No.
Nope.
She was asking if she needed to stay in any sort of range of
No,
Nerida
no.
per se.
Not at all.
Okay, so she's gonna move back
Go hide behind.
to
the
hide
rock.
behind this rock.
All right. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you.
Here's some haste. I'm out.
Next is Nerida.
Gotta get some of that speed, man.
Alright.
So you get to go
Well,
right away too.
Yeah. Since I can only do dash, I'm gonna.
Help me!
That's my action, extra action. Alright. How far away? Let's see. How do I do the line that tells me how far something is?
Hold tab. Hold tab and drag.
So we're pretty in sync at this point. We should be able to do some cool duo maneuvers. Like I can jump off her back.
Chrono
and,
Trigger dual text.
And sorry for being
Yeah,
resistant,
you know?
but 34.1.
So
is how
34,
far.
you divide by 2 and then multiply by 5. So 17 times 5 is, what's 85? 85 feet?
105.
85? Okay. So I need to move
Oh,
3
yeah.
spaces
No,
more to
85.
be there.
Sorry?
I need to move 3 more spaces more
To
to
be...
be where this square I was pointing at. that was 85 feet away.
How close do you?
I want to be 60 feet.
Yeah, so
All right.
4 more. Or 5 more, rather.
5 more?
Yeah, because 85 is 25 away.
Okay. Shoot. Well, if I go sideways, I'm closer to. Hold on, let me put myself backwards.
So initially you were here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then
So I
you
was
dashed.
No, dashing was all I did so far.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You move 6, then you dash, and then you can move 6 more.
Sorry, I don't mean to move that.
You could move up onto this rock.
That's
That
what I'm
could
trying
help.
to figure out how to get 60 feet.
So you would have to climb it, which will take a considerable amount of your movement as well. It's 10 feet tall.
So as long as it says under 30 in this, it should be fine, right?
15 times 5 is
Sorry, everyone.
75. So it would have to be. God, what would it be? 60 divided by 5 is 12 times 2, 24. 24 is the maximum ruler distance you can hit from.
I mean, you could just step into the thorns.
60
and take
feet
all
is a
day.
pretty seriously low range.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Do I
also, this is
know-
difficult terrain, so stepping into it will be twice movement. So I don't think you could even make it here if you tried, or this style.
shit.
5. Yeah, you can't quite make it there. You can make it 1 tile in.
And arguably 24 is just at the edge of it. She could step right into the one right outside and tack.
Nope.
24 kind of hits this one.
DM says no.
No.
DM says no.
Okay, DM says
It's
no.
only 1 square in, right?
No. You're
No?
trying to center it on this right here.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's 10 feet in front of that guy.
Like, I'm seeing
That's
23.5,
I'm
but...
seeing 23.5.
Isaac, quiet. I'll deal with
Okay.
Okay.
If you go here, you could make it.
And can
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
there
back
you go.
out of the thorns again afterwards?
Not after you cast. No, you won't have any movement left. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 to
Five.
move in. 5 feet is not enough to exit. It's difficult terrain.
Oh, you're right.
Actually, that's not true. 5 feet is enough to exit. So yes, you can exit the thorns.
But standing in it also doesn't hurt you.
That's correct.
Okay, then I'll just go stand in it.
Okay. So
But you might
stand
not know that.
here. Severe tactics.
Alright, I use my 1/3 level spot to cast Shatter at them.
At
with
third
my
level.
channel divinity
All right.
for my second action.
So let's see. You have the look up shatter. So you're casting it at third,
Yeah.
so it does an extra d8. So it's going to
Yeah.
do 48 and a maximum. So that's 32. So it guarantees 32, except they get con saves. It'll be hill yellow blue or stone yellow blue. Stone. What's your spell save DC?
17.
Oh,
No one does it.
I think even with their great cons, they're not going to succeed, maybe. Stone 14.
Is it 17 or 16?
It's 16?
Oh,
you said?
Ian told me it was 17. I
17?
don't know. If it's 16, it's 16. I don't know what it is. I don't
It's-
know
Well, what is it? Calculated
it's
by?
8 plus 3 plus wisdom. So 8 plus 5 is 16.
Then it's 16.
16. So the last hill giant actually does succeed, but just barely.
That's fine.
So the blue hill giant will take half. You valiantly, with your haste, dash forwards, dash into the brambles set up by your compatriot Cora. You say the magic words, you clap your hands together, and a giant booming thunder resonates out and like nearly deafening everyone in the cavern and hurting all 3 of these.
Oh wait, my
guys.
speed is doubled. So that
Oh,
means
is that
if
what
I
it
dash,
says?
I get to go twice as far. So
Yeah.
just say,
Even if you don't dash. Okay, yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
doubled
then
your
just say
speed.
my dash took me right there.
Yeah.
That would be double movement.
So your dash. You don't even have to dash to get there.
But I'm
You
using.
want-
I can. The only thing I can do
Yeah.
with the extra action from haste is dash
Or attack.
or attack. But I'm not close enough. So the only thing I can do right now
Fair
is
enough.
dash. So I dashed into the brambles.
Okay. Well, that you can dash out and like move
Yeah.
far
Then
away.
I'm gonna use my normal dip movement to go back.
2, 3,
I only want to go close
4,
enough.
5, 6. That's 6, so you can still move 6 after I put you there. Go ahead and move however you want while I
You
handle
can go
all
up with
this
Cora or
damage.
something.
While I handle all
And
this
an extra action in
preposterous
there?
damage that you did.
Is there an
No,
extra
no,
action in
she
there?
dashed.
No. Oh, the dashing is the extra
The
action.
dashing
Yeah,
Okay.
she dashed. Please, if it's not your turn, stay quiet.
I'm just trying to understand. You're breaking it down. I just wanted to make sure I
Okay,
understood
okay.
it.
So it's 32, right? To everyone who got hit.
Yeah.
Jeez. The Giants are not happy about that. 16 for blue, though.
After all, only they control the earth. How dare you screw them with their element?
Like, oh! They're like covering their ears. Their ears start to bleed a bit. And the thunderous blow pushes them around.
And so you said I get to move still?
Oh yeah, what's the damage from the brambles?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I think it was like 2d4 if I remember correctly.
Do I get to like say?
I thought it was a
D6,
D6, but no,
Thorn growth,
say
right?
yeah,
2d4 spike growth?
2d4 per time. Oh, wow.
2d4.
Spike growth.
Yeah, 2d4. However, valiantly dashing into the brambles costs you 7 points of damage as they pierce your feet,
And so-
leave you a bit bloody.
Sorry, you said I
underfoot.
still get to move 6, right?
Yeah, you can still move 6 more.
Alright, I'm gonna move next to my friend.
And that also counts for the rough terrain that the brambles is. That
Yep, yep.
to do double for. Okay.
All right, that brings us to Stone Giant's turn. Oh, cool. That's crazy. All right, how's he doing? On that. He sees that you're far away. He points to the two hill giants there. And says, Toma, Toma. And exits. As he passes through this small section here, he has to duck very far down. As you see him exit out the other side, he slams his fists on either side in a thunderous roar, and the rocks collapse in behind him, sealing the cavern.
Woohoo! It's okay. Our dwarf can mine that, right? You can do that, right, dwarf?
It's probably quicker to walk back
The
around.
ogres sort of look at or the hill giants sort of look at each other and like, Domo! And they shout.
Do I understand what was said?
And they're like, battle!
Well, what did he say when he was leaving?
He said the same thing. He said,
Oh, okay.
he was like, you two, battle. And then he left. Oh, cool. Teleported. Okay. Blue Giant's turn. He is going to... God, that's very far. 2. He is passing through the rough terrain a bit. 3. And he hops up here. Well, as much as he can. He's not actually floating, obviously. But he climbs this rock formation here and grabs a large boulder. Go ahead and roll 2d4 for the spike growth damage. Cora. as he's running past, he picks up a
Sure, let me
large
find a roll.
boulder and hurls it at... I think Cora might be the only one in range. Yeah, he hurls it at
Can
Cora.
he see me from there? I guess so.
Yeah, of course he can. Super duper can. Okay, this was blue. Takes 4 points of damage. Just throwing a rock at you. Oh no! So it struggles to get up the cliff, the small rock formation here, holding it while holding its boulder, and it gets to the top and reaches back to hurl it, and loses its balance, and tumbles backwards, but manages to stand up when it tumbles back off the side. So it clumsily falls back over, lands back behind the rock formation there. Oh, it's Yellow's turn. Sorry, Alec, you way slow.
For real. I'm just at the top of next round. That's how I like to look.
Okay, this one laughs at its compatriot there. Oh, Tombada. Like, called him an idiot. And tries to do the same thing, climbs this with a boulder in hand. Like, says, watch this, and giant launches the boulder at Cora. 22.
Well, that's a hit.
That's a definite hit. Ooh.
I might need some loving after this.
No, this battle's easy.
24 points of damage as the boulder
Oh,
crashes
what the
down on top of you.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Because that almost murdered me. I am at 1 HP.
Oh no.
Roll a con save. It's a 12 to save.
Guess I may not be quite at 1 HP.
Alright, you save. You're still concentrating despite being smashed with an enormous boulder.
Because I am awesome.
You sort of like guard yourself as it comes down, and you're like just too panicked to dash out of the way, and it smashes down onto you, and you lift it off and stand aloft. You've just been concentrating this whole time, making sure you don't lose focus on thorn growth. It was a DC 12 from 24 damage.
Oh, I thought he took 20.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, that brings us to Harbequirtholmitalik's turn.
Did Green ever
Wait,
go?
so did I take half
Green
damage
is
on
not
that
gone
because
yet.
I con saved? What did that con save do?
No,
for me?
the con
it
save
saved
was
my
for
spell.
your spell. Yeah.
Spell.
Keep concentrating.
Yeah.
All right. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm trying to go right there if I can.
Yeah. You have to like do it
I
from
mean-
the side. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, it
Close
looks
enough.
like yeah, that's good enough. Okay, yeah, right there. That's. Sorry, it's brand new on Spirit Guardian.
Okay. You cast Spirit Guardians. That's not going to affect anything yet.
It's not going to affect anything right now. No.
So, what form are your Spirit Guardians?
Oh, I'm not evil, so. Oh, right, I get to choose the
You
form.
can
Oh, they're
choose.
gloves.
A bunch of
large
dancing
open-handed gloves that
golden
fly out.
gloves fly around. They're like punching
Gauntlets, I should say.
gauntlets. They're punching through the air. They're adorned with jewels and pressed with the seal of Helm at the right on the top. And they're dancing around, punching around, ready to punch anything that gets
Yep.
in their radius.
And that's pretty much all.
Is Spirit Guardians concentration? It is, right?
It is concentration.
So you are now concentrating. Everybody concentrating. Okay,
I'm not concentrating.
it's true.
And then
Uh,
I don't know why not use my bonus action to yell, Cora, come near me for safety, something like.
All right.
Well, not Cora. I'll call her like little halfling or something. Something derogatory.
this guy.
Oh, you're my favorite.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 4. Oh, that rough terrain. He's gonna do it though. Screw it. He's brave. He's a brave one. So roll.
He also just took 3d8 because he just stepped inside
not
mine.
3d8. Oh, he
It's
stepped inside your
2d8
spirit
per
guardians.
5. Oh yeah.
Sorry. Let's deal with the thorn growth first. So that's.
Okay.
I think 4. So roll 8d4 as he trundles through the thorn growth. Oh.
7, 8. Okay, 8d4.
8d4.
Go, my pretties, go!
Pretty good. Oh. Oh, he's so close. Okay, he's going to... Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage, Alik. As he
And he
approaches,
gets
the
Wisdom
gloves
save.
fly over and flock to him and just start punching him. They're kind of small. They're like human-sized gloves, but they're still punching him. Wisdom save, you said?
For half, yeah.
As you might imagine, I don't think kill giants are too
And my
wise.
wisdom save would be 14.
Oh, he fails. So he takes 18 damage as the gloves, the Might of Helm, punishes him for approaching one of its worshippers.
Favored servants.
Favored servants of Helm. And he's going to throw a boulder at you, Alik.
I laugh in the face of Boulder.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Oh boy. He's been hurt, trudging over the thorny ground, and he's surprised that these weird gloves are just punching him all over. Oh! When he
Slapping.
raises the boulder, slapping him, as he raises the boulder over his head to, slam it down on you, he again, like a glove, punches him right in the face. He gets dizzy momentarily and falls over, prone. Okay, top of the round, Cora. Cora's real hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna DTFO real fast now. So I have 25 movement.
And you can also dash.
I can also dash. Can I safely descend from this rock
If
corner?
you jump down, you think you can jump down, it would be an acrobatics check to leap down safely.
Acrobatics, which I have a +4 in. So 1, 2. I guess we should do it now. 3. With an acrobatics
Okay, so,
check.
yeah, that was 2 spaces, I think, and then acrobatics to leap down.
Okay.
Plus what?
For 13 +4.
Okay, so you leap down. It's not exactly graceful. You have to catch yourself a little bit at the bottom of it, but you land without any damage. So that will take 10 feet of movement instead of 5.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3.
So
So you have 3 more spaces, or 2 more spaces to move. So 1.
oh, and then I would have 1 more. I guess I'll
Yeah, you have 1 more.
sit there then.
Okay.
And then Ali can do defense.
Okay, you still have your action.
And then I'll fire. The only one I can see right now is the green one, basically, right? Because the cliff face would really stop me from seeing that blue and yellow.
You can
Doesn't matter.
See,
I'll,
you can see the head of the yellow one, and head and shoulders and upper chest.
Well, I'll fire on the green one first. Do we know how hurt he is?
No. It looks pretty
No.
bloody. Fell over, got
pretty
punched by
yeah.
spiritual gloves. Slapped by spiritual gloves.
So I'll just fire on him.
Okay, roll a hit. Draw your bow. And fire definitely hits. Roll damage. And he's hurt, obviously.
So I think
Oh, you
I
also have your
will
bonus, so you
reserve
could
my.
Oh no, you're concentrating. That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the concentrate up. I'm gonna not do my extra damage on this one.
Okay.
Just do a D8 +5.
Is there a reason you don't want to do the extra damage?
Because I think 13 might kill him.
Okay.
And I only can do extra damage once per round. That's not a every shot.
see.
It's a once per. So even if I
Okay,
get
so
2
the
actions,
arrow
I still
sinks
have.
into his chest, and he takes 13 points of damage. Ugh! He's like, little bitch, I'll kill you. From the
Still
ground.
standing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Then I will do 2 more. Oh, sorry, that's not damage
more
yet.
shot?
That's... Yeah, I'll do another shot on him. For apparently 5. Jeez.
Okay, that hits for sure.
Do you want me to reroll the damage?
No, that's fine. 5 plus 5.
5 plus 5, 10.
10. So the next arrow sinks right next to the previous one. Ugh! Ah! He's still just yelling at you. Starting to bleed a bit.
Okay, and I guess that was my turn.
Lost turn.
So do I need to do a concentrate check
You
at the
didn't take
beginning of my
any
return?
damage. No.
Only when you take the
Okay.
damage.
Okay. Let's see. I was meticulously planning, and I still haven't decided what to do. Actually, I have a question for you,
Droid
Aiden.
problems. Sure.
Yeah. So if I cast Call Lightning, which, according to most sources except for Amma's, I need to make sure I have 10 feet above me to contain the cloud.
Yeah, I would have cast
If
Call
I
Lightning
cast
if
it-
mine hadn't been different.
Yeah. If I
centered on a point,
cast
you can
it,
see 100 feet directly above you.
yeah, but that's the only thing that 100 feet is roll 20. Every other thing that I've looked at, including D&D Beyond, says directly above.
We've got the PHB. Let's
Ye-
look at Call Lightning.
Yeah.
The actual handbook.
Because I paid money for the actual handbook in order for D&D Beyond to work, so I hope it's that way in D&D. I hope D&D
There have been
D&D
discrepancies.
Beyond
It
is.
wouldn't be the first time. Centered on a point you can see in range directly above you. It says nothing about 100 feet.
Damn it! I totally
Nice.
would have cast Call Lightning.
still
on my
can.
first
So,
turn.
so then the
But
follow-up
I
is
wasted my channel divinity. Anyway, sorry. I'm just butthurt.
if I create the cloud,
You did more damage
Can-
than you would have done with Call
But I don't get to repeatedly use it afterwards.
Sorry, anyway. Lost turn.
Okay.
if I cast it, could theoretically Nerdia use it, since it says that you can take advantage of pre-existing storms if one existed? Is my magic created storm pre-existing for Nerdia on her next turn?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I would get the extra D8 if I cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
If you are, it says if you are outdoors in stormy condition, spell gives you control over existing.
Oh, I guess it
storm.
does say outdoors.
You are
so.
not outdoors,
Okay.
so no.
I'm so mad.
It has to be like a big tempest for you to get the extra damage, right? For you to
Fair
take
enough.
control of the storm.
But later on, I'll be able to make it stormy, and
Yes.
that you can take advantage of that too. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you swirl your hands above you, say the magic words, and this magical cloud, thunderous lightning infused cloud, appears above you in the cave. It's haunting as the electricity arcs within it. Yeah.
That was the math I was doing. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to put.
Well, it forms above you. It forms above you. Directly above you. So, 60 feet away is like...
Oh yeah, I guess it
this
does
guy.
say on a point that you see within range directly above you. Okay.
Yeah. You could move first and then cast if you want.
Yeah, I might just not.
But from what I remember of using it last campaign, the lightning can strike 120 feet away.
That is
but
not
the
correct. It
cloud
has
is
to be
above you.
under the cloud.
Oh, okay, well
Yep.
then Cyrus was wrong.
Yeah, could be. When you cast the spell, choose a point you can see under the cloud.
Okay, well then instead I'm gonna do another erupting earth over here.
Alright. Whoop. Just all over the place. That's fine.
that line went a little crazy. That's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's
Roll
locked.
20 also says a point you can see within range, so I think we were just using this before.
Yeah, probably.
So I couldn't cast it inside. It
Okay,
couldn't go
so
anywhere.
Once again, you swirl your hands, you say the magic words. Boulders fly out of the ground, smacking the hill giants all over the place. They make a con save, is it?
Dex.
Dex save, which they're not good at. Yellow-blue for the dex save. They both fail for sure.
Both fail.
What is it, 3d8?
It's 3d12.
3d... Oh, boy. Wait, so how many
let me make sure.
third-level
Hold on a
castings
second.
do you have?
I only have 2,
Okay.
and this is the second one.
All right.
3.
Whoa, that box went nuts.
Yeah. Because this, like, the colliders here are very strange.
Yeah.
20. They both take the full 20 as the rocks smack them all about and leave rubble all over the ground. It's blue and yellow, right? Okay. Smashes them. Ogre's turn. He is not even looking at what's happening over there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pretty.
Oh yeah, spirit guardians are happening.
Oh, also they. So it says it's worded very confusingly. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. An infected creature's speed is halved in the area. Not that they move half speed, like difficult terrain. Their speed is halved. But I'm not sure, like if they start and then.
So you have like speed is like a currency that you spend. So once you move in, like it halves your speed at that point. So it's kind of like
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they start there, they start with half speed.
Yeah. So it leaps down here. Do your spirit guardians damage, and that's a whiz save.
Wisdom save. Yep.
10. What's the
Ew.
DC?
It is 6,
Oh, he
13,
fails.
14,
Fails badly. 10
14.
damage though.
11 damage. Oh yeah, 10. Yeah.
Okay, so as the gloves come up and slap him, the gauntlets pops down here behind the rock and is gonna swing at Cora.
Defend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, I assume you're defending. Swinging his
Not
great
that.
club. 20 to hit.
Come on.
I'm assuming that hits Cora.
It does.
Hey, it's been an easy fight so far.
It's easy for everyone.
Cora, you take 19 points of damage, bludgeoning
Oh, no.
damage, as you're smashed with a club from behind.
I think you're just KO'd with that.
Yeah, definitely just KO'd. So, the ogre charges up over the stone, leaps down behind, being slapped by the gloves, kind of doesn't care. Taking its giant club, it just smashes Cora. And her body, Alec moves to defend, but he can't quite. Her body flies 5 feet and lands on the ground, motionless. And she is unconscious. The ogre laughs. Brings us to Thea's turn. Ogres don't have multi-attack, do they? No.
Okay. So I am going to move here. Wait, no.
Here?
Here.
On top
Right,
of Nerdia?
right next to Nerida.
Behind?
Yeah, not quite behind. And then I'm gonna cast lightning.
Okay.
Lightning bolt, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 100 feet and 5 feet wide, and I'm gonna try to get red and yellow and blue.
Alright. One of them is up on a... okay, let's see.
Does that matter? You tell me.
You don't have sight of blue.
Okay.
You don't have line of sight to blue, but you could hit red and yellow.
Okay, I'll take it.
Alright. If you stand here, especially.
Yes.
What if she
Alright.
arcs it off yellow and it bounces into blue?
Yeah.
It's
And
it
waterfall
forms a
down on
line.
blue.
It's a straight line. It doesn't like arc
Yeah.
between
I know, I
targets.
was kidding.
Each creature must make a dex save. Okay. That's a good choice of save to try to make them make. We'll do, in order, red, yellow. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. Wizards don't fuck around, man. Oh, boy, does red ever fail. Let's see, what's your spell save DC? Is it 16, I'm guessing? What's your spell save DC?
16.
16. So they both actually failed, just barely. Those were some sad damage rolls. But red crit fails, so I'm going to say it just strikes him right in the head. Roll an extra 2d8 for red. Normally you can't crit fail, but I think it's fun. Fair enough. So red will take 25 as the lightning arcs through his head. You can see his skull through his flesh momentarily as the lightning arcs
27,
through
right?
him.
Because it's
Yeah.
22 plus 5.
Yeah, exactly. And yellow takes 22. Oh boy. As the lightning arcs past red and up through into yellow, leaving a burnt mark on him. Red's face is just completely black and he's got like eyes wide. He's just been roasted. That brings us to Nerida's turn, who is still hasted.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
You can double attack red even if you want,
Well,
or you can move around and get green, or try to
1,
get Cora up.
2, 3, 4, 5. Can I pick up Cora? What does that count as?
You mean you want to cast a spell?
I want to pick her up.
Yeah, you can use an action to lift Cora.
Okay.
I mean,
Why
it's like
did you just
grappling.
want to pick me up? Heal me. Bring me back in the
hasty.
fight.
You are unconscious.
I'm hasted. I can do a bunch of stuff.
You're
I
hasted.
use my haste action to pick up Cora.
Okay, so you lift Cora, just roll a strength check. Cora is small, so this is really easy. This is going to be like very, very hard to fail. Yeah, you
Okay.
throw Cora over your shoulders. No
So
problem.
I have Cora with me,
Fireman's
but I'm not
carry.
gonna actually like 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my regular movement.
Okay, and since you succeeded so well on the strength and Cora is small, I'll say you can easily carry her your full distance.
Okay.
Normally it would slow you down to carry someone, but it's not a problem.
And then I will. So I use my action to pick her up. So it's fine.
You can, yeah, and you can drop her for free. You want to just like
Yeah, I'll
her
drop her
over
for
and
free.
by.
And then I
Ouch.
Unceremoniously.
I touch her and I cast
No
healing
charge for
word.
dropping.
Healing word.
Healing word or heal? Okay, so you use your bonus to cast healing
Yeah.
word. Okay, you don't have to touch her for that because that's range. So you just
Yeah.
say
Healing word.
the magic spell. You cast healing word.
God damn it.
Plus
Plus
5
what
though,
is it?
right?
Five?
Because
So
it's your wisdom.
You get 6 hit points back. And then I cast Toll Dead on the ogre.
So Cora stands up. Cora, roll a con save. Let's deal with that, and then we'll deal with the attack. Oops.
What, really? My spell didn't just go out because I was...
Your spell did go out.
Oh, okay. So what's my con save for?
The con save is to not be exhausted from having been knocked unconscious and getting back up. I cannot erase your
Okay.
thing. There we go. Okay, you take 1 level of exhaustion, which I believe gives you disadvantage on saving throws. Let me see. Disadvantage on ability checks, so probably won't affect you during the fight. But just note that you will have 1 level of exhaustion from having gone down. You stand back up, you see Nerida. Well, you're not standing, you're still prone. You see Nerida hovering over you. She quickly turns and... Sorry, what did you do?
Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead. On
The Red Ogre.
Red Ogre. Boom. Which is a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big fail.
He's taking damage, right?
Oh, yeah. Big yes.
God damn it. 3.
3. So, his... You know, he's a big guy. His ears are already damaged from having taken a lightning bolt to the face. And he's like, boom. It's like, ugh. Can't really hear it that well, though. Brings us to Stone Giant, who is fucked right
Oh wait,
off.
I get an extra one because of a 5th level. Sorry.
An
I get
extra...
an extra dice.
Oh, for Toll the Dead.
Yeah. That's
There we
better.
go. 14 points
Nice.
of damage. Take an extra 11, buddy. Boom! Ah! You like concentrate more. The chime rings louder. He hears the toll of the dead and just feels very bad in his head.
Murder his face.
Yeah. Okay, that brings us to Blue Hill Giant. Stands up, or he's already standing. Oh, this is rough terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bloof. Okay, he'll dash. 5, 6, 7. I think he's out of the rough terrain now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. He's just on the other side of this rock here. Starts running over. Oh, da! That brings us to Yellow, who again, let's see, is it enough terrain? 2, 3, 4, jumps across. 6, 7.
3d8!
Oh god.
And his speed is half. The gauntlets.
Wisdom save. 16, is it?
It's 14.
14. He fails.
Oh, it actually did good damage that time.
Ooh, 19 points of damage as the gauntlets slap Yellow. And with that, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
That kills
They
him.
dive down his throat and then explode out.
So the gauntlets, in their divine
Yes.
fury, dive. He's like, oh! He tries to keep his mouth closed, but there are 2 gauntlets on either side just prying it open as the other ones rush down his throat. You see this glowing bulge grow in his already bulbous gut, and they go explode out of him in little fists. His gut just tears open and spills all over the ground in front of him, and he collapses to the floor. Harbequirtholmitalik, it's your turn after that cool shit.
I gotta check one thing real quick.
Okay.
I forgot my cantrips got better. So they're more worthwhile to use now.
Yeah, Nerdia reminds us.
Oh, that sucks. Virtue does not get better. Alright, oh whatever. I am going to summon my... I'll do my spectral weapon, why not? Over on... We'll say green.
I think I have this saved.
Like right there. Like right next to green, but closer to blue. You know what I mean?
Next to green, closer to blue. Okay.
No, let's say on red. I'm going to do it on red. Right there.
Okay, on the
So
rock.
just kind of
here.
like, yeah. Take a
Okay.
swipe at.
Take a swipe. Roll to hit. Be hard to miss. Oh,
I
but
did
it
though.
does. So your glove, your gauntlet appears, takes a big bitch slap swipe, and Red turns just in time and dodges out of the way, as any competent hoe would.
And then I'm going to cast Virtue on myself.
Okay. Is Virtue a cantrip?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I have 7 temporary hit points. And it's touch,
Is
which
Virtue
kind
a
of
bonus
sucks.
action?
It's just an action. The other one's a bonus action, actually.
Oh, yeah, casting as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll allow it. Okay, 4 temporary hit points. That brings us to...
7. 7 temporary hit points.
7 temporary hit points. Mark that you have it. Green Hill Giant, no longer in rough terrain. Stands up.
And takes 3d8.
Takes
Speed is
3d8.
halved. Halved even more. He used half it to stand up, and he had lost half already.
I think he succeeds. What's your DC? 16?
First 3. 16. So it's 1, 3, and 4, not the 7.
He succeeds. So 1, 3, and 4. So 8 halved is 4. Doesn't take much. Speed is halved. He's having trouble getting around here. Uses shadow to see where he actually is. And he's going to swing at you, Harbequirtholmitalik, with his mighty giant club. And he crits.
Oh shit! Good thing I have that bonus HP.
This is gonna be a rough time.
Wait, does he have movement? He lost half getting up, and then
He moved 2 spaces, so yeah, he has enough movement to get there. Even if he doesn't, they have a range of 10 feet, so he could hit you from 10 feet away. But I'm gonna say he gets right up next to you. Yeah, he crits. That's gonna hurt, buddy. Sorry.
It's alright. He's not gonna kill me. Oh, I hope to God he's not gonna kill me.
We're not
I'm
sure
pretty
yet.
sure though.
Plus 5. Take 34 points of bludgeoning damage as he, in retribution for your gauntlet slapping, and cracks into you with a giant club.
Yeah, he didn't even come close.
34 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right.
Bonus 7 hit points plus I have 48.
That's pretty lucky. Roll Constitution save, though.
Oh, yeah.
Concentration on Spirit Guardians.
What's the DC on it? And does it count against my bonus hit points?
It was, what, 34 damage, so 17.
My bonus hit points don't affect that save?
No, they do. So 27.
Oh, I did it anyway.
27
I got a
halved
17.
is, what, 14? 13? Yeah, you got it. Okay, your Spirit Guardians are still up. Top of the round is Cora. Things are looking up.
Okay, I guess I will. What? So I'm standing up from my prone.
Okay, takes half your movement to stand up.
And I guess I will shoot red. In the
Okay.
face.
He was the one who hurt you the most.
And do a hunter's mark. I'll do
Okay.
hunter's mark as a bonus action, and then shoot.
So you're
So I'll
concentrating on
mumble
Hunter's Mark.
and really focus on it and look at
Draw
red.
back carefully, loose. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Or 2d8 plus. So I'm doing my bonus hit here.
Plus 5.
Plus 5 plus the d6 from
Plus the D6
hunter's
from Hunter's
mark.
Mark, yeah.
So that's 8 plus
13.
5, 13.
How do you want to do this? Ogre is down.
I guess I focused really well and I hit it in one of its vital spots. And they're meaty bits after they've been pummeled and
Okay.
hurt, and that's
He's
exploded
gotten
under.
some electroshock therapy to the head. You aim carefully and true, standing up the last bit of your strength, having stood up from being knocked unconscious. You fire and it hits the ogre right in the neck, and he looks panicked for a moment, and then he as a reflex just pulls the arrow out, and this geyser of blood gushes forth as you've struck one of the major arteries in its neck, and it stumbles around, dazed, grows pale, and then falls to the ground, dead. Drained, there's a pool of blood forming underneath it. Lost's turn.
Hey,
Unless you
I
want
got
to
another attack.
Oh.
I got 2 attacks.
Take the attack. Yeah, go ahead. You wanna attack
Okay.
green?
So I'm going to change my hunter's mark to green and attack it.
Let's see. Can you do it for free?
As a bonus action? No, it's a second bonus action, so I'd have to wait till next turn to do
you
it
can-
after
next
a
turn you
creature
can change
dies.
your hunter's mark. But go ahead and shoot green. Plus
9.
9 to hit? Really?
Yeah.
Alright. That hits. You can almost not
Plus
miss
4
these
for
guys.
dexterities, plus 3 for proficiency, plus 1 for the bonus because of magical blow.
There you go.
Okay,
That would be plus
so
8, right?
let's say
4 dex, 3
dex.
proficiency,
Well-
1 for the bow.
Oh, and then actually it's
Six.
plus 2 more because I get another bonus
Against
for
giants.
archery. No, just
Bonus for
archery. I have my archery innate trait.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Because of my special ranger class, I have the
okay,
name
okay.
trait of R3.
Gotcha.
Which gives me +2, so it's +10.
It's +10. That definitely hits. Roll
Okay,
damage.
anyway.
1d8 this time, though, right?
Yeah, only
+6.
1d8. Yeah, no +6, no plus extra d8s. But I do get +5.
Do get +5 just for being a cool ranger. Well, that's unfortunate.
Hey, which helps here because fuck that.
6 points of damage. You fire. You're still a bit woozy from having gotten up, and you spent most of your concentration killing the ogre. You fire into the giant, and it just sort of nicks it in the neck. Ricochets off a bit, but leaves a bit of blood behind. That brings us to Lost. Lost? Hello? Calling Lost.
Here, talking to mine.
Can you? Now you can hear me. Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Well, okay. I'm gonna do Thorn Whip
Okay. What's the
on green. Yeah,
range on that?
30 feet.
Okay. You're just going to do it from here, and it pulls if you succeed, right?
Can.
If you choose.
I believe it is a choose. Let me check.
Now as well.
You can. Oh no, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
Okay.
Up to 10 though, so you can choose 0, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's also
Okay, so make a melee spell attack. As a thorn, a vine covered in dangerous thorns whips from your hand and ensnares
That's
the
20.
creature. That definitely hits. Roll d6. 2d6? 2d6.
2d6. Yep. Eight.
Okay, the whip of thorns wraps around the hill giant. I assume you don't want to pull it. And stabs into its flesh.
I'm gonna pull it right into Alec.
It bleeds. It bleeds gently from the puncture wounds you've caused. Still standing. Do you want to move?
Oh, it's because I had it.
Okay. You good?
Yep.
Next, ogre who's dead. Fucking dead, mate. Next, Thea, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at green, please.
Green. No, preferably not one of the dead people. Okay, roll the
Yeah.
hit. I think it'll be 2d8 if it hits fire damage.
Wait, did it? Yeah, it'll be 2d10.
And that's +8. So that's
15?
15.
That hits.
All right.
Oh no, it just takes 1d10. Firebolt does not. Oh no, you're right, 2d10.
2, because I'm level 5.
Yep. $11. So you launch a bolt of magical fire from your hand and hit the ogre or the hill giant and scorches its flesh. Leaves behind a seared, sort of bubbling, blistered mass on its chest. Do you want to move?
I'm gonna go right behind Nerdia.
Okay. Step back behind your friend. Whose turn it is now? Nerdia.
Alright, I'm going to run up next to my friend Malik.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Am I 10 feet from this guy? He's floating in the air, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, sorry. Look at his shadow. He's here.
Okay, great. I want to be 10 feet away from him. Okay,
You could be here and be 10 feet away,
okay.
if you like. Keep in mind, though, well, yeah, you can be here.
Okay. I mean, will I be hitting through a leak with my glaive?
No.
Okay.
Elik is in this. On the
Okay, sorry.
Tile on the
It's
right.
slightly confusing.
Yeah.
Alright, I have Spirit Guardians, and I will strike this guy with my glaive.
Is Spirit Guardian's a bonus?
No, I have 2 attacks.
Oh, you have 2 actions
2
still.
actions, so I'm using my haste. action.
Okay. So roll to hit with the glaive. That hits.
Plus
Roll
5.
damage.
That is a D10. I think it's plus 4.
It's plus your strength.
Plus my strength is 3. There's no proficiency on it?
No proficiency
Okay,
for damage.
then 8.
8 points of damage. You cleave into his flesh with the glaive. He staggers back and forth, bleeding, seared chest, head of flames. Not actually of flames, but just charred all over the place. Still standing. Spirit Guardians is up. Blue Hill Giant's turn. He's going to leap up here. 3, 4, 5.
Wait, the Spirit Guardians didn't hit?
Spirit Guardians don't hit when you cast them on your turn? You
It
have to, like,
says...
No, you're the
It says... it's weird. It's worded badly, I know, but... When the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn.
So it didn't enter the area, so it'll hit when it starts its turn.
Okay.
So this
It's worded
guy's
badly, I
gonna
don't like
move up. It
Yeah.
is, yeah. Gonna move
Is
up
he-
here, and he's gonna throw a boulder
Wait. So he gets slapped.
hit by Spirit Guardians. By both of you, I think,
Yeah.
right? Oh no, Nerida's out of range. So Alec is just barely in range.
Ooh, 19.
19.
Gotta
It's a
be
Oh yeah,
14.
they're mermaid fairies, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, he saved.
What's your DC?
14.
14. He saves, yeah. So he'll take 9 points of damage. And he's gonna throw a boulder
Lion's giant.
down at you, Alec.
I laugh at the boulder. This time, maybe.
12.
Oh, good.
This time, maybe.
So you're ready this time, and you duck out of the way and dodge whatever might have hit you with your shield. You block whatever might have hit you with your shield. Next, yellow is
Sorry
dead.
to be annoying.
What?
Am I next to Alik? Because I wanted to
You
be
are
next
not.
to Alik. Okay.
You want to move next to Alec?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Alec is
Next
in
to
this
Alec.
tile on the right. Okay,
Yeah.
so you
Next tile.
You could be like next to behind him as well here.
Yeah,
so in range.
however I could hit the green guy without hitting him and
Okay,
be
that's
within
fine, you're
range
there.
and everything.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
So she's in the range of the spirit things, then, tech.
1, 2, 3. She is, yeah. Go ahead and
Okay,
roll
cool.
damage on the Spirit Guardians.
It's 3d8, right?
3d8. See if he saves. Your spell save DC is 16.
16.
Oh, he does not save.
Hooray! 14 damage.
14 damage. Looking
Spirit Guardians.
really rough. Okay, top of the round. Cora's turn.
Wait, did I not go?
Oh, sorry. Alec's turn. Yeah, that was Blue
Yeah.
Giant, right? Alec's turn.
Okay.
Oh, roll concentration save, by the way, because he hit you with a boulder. No, he missed you.
No,
Never mind.
he.
He mi-
Yeah, I did
sorry.
last time.
Go ahead.
That's okay. So this dude's gonna slap blue. The glove is gonna slap blue as my bonus action.
Okay. Roll the hit.
That is plus 6. 4.
That hits. Roll damage.
Neat. It's a D8 plus. Oh gosh.
Plus what?
Plus 3.
All right, 4 damage. Oh my god, I hate to do this, but I have to use the bathroom so bad. All right, temporary pause.
If anyone else has to use the restroom, now is your chance. Do not go right after he gets back like last time.
I'm gonna go right after he gets back. You can't tell me what to do.
Okay, anyway. Shut up, Alec. Stop calling me small.
Stop being.
Just about your height.
No,
What if
you're
the
like
odds
half my
notice
height.
knock over blue while he's gone?
Oh, it's knock over all and then rain down like plus 20 sword.
Yes.
I wonder what would happen if I planted my staff in this cave. Would I bring it down upon us?
I don't know.
You said the ceiling's only 35 feet, and it goes 60 feet tall.
Find out what happens.
Okay, so it's the dragon's turn, right?
Your mic's open.
No, it's still mine.
The gold
Wait,
dragon?
yeah, it's the dragon's turn. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
There's
Ancient
the
gold
cool
dragon
dragon.
smites you all. Okay,
Oh no, rock
It's teeny.
fall.
Alex,
It's a
turn.
mini one. We take it as a pet.
Yes.
All right.
It becomes a
Hrothgar
team
befriends
mascot.
him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a regular old. Wait, am I?
We need to make a little icon for Trogdor so you can actually be in fights.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is the
So
blue
he'd
hill
be
giant 5
cute.
feet away from me or no?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna take a
There's-
regular attack on green.
Okay.
Ooh!
Roll damage.
Get crit. It's not gonna be as impressive as his crit. That's
You
Oh wait, no, it's plus 2 extra.
How do you want to
because
do
it's
this?
crushing.
You couldn't have not killed it. It was at 2 health.
Crushinator, just leap up and crushionate his head.
Oh, so
Straight
you
down.
Jump. The hill giant, being injured, staggers over for a moment, and you see your opportunity. Its head is maybe 8 feet off the ground. You think you can just barely make it. You jump and hold the crushinator high and slam it right into its head, which Gallagher style explodes into gore, which just separates out all over the place. Flashily, none of it gets on you, and it spreads outward behind the giant and sprays
Plot
back
armor
behind
for
it.
the gore.
But Nerdia, right behind you.
In the,
That's
in
the
the
first
splash
row seat.
section.
Oh
An actual bloodbath.
And the giant's body falls to the ground. Headless.
And I guess that's gonna do it.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna move right here if I can. For this ogre.
Okay, you're sort of climbing on the ogre corpse at that point.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think you should just climb on top of the ogre corpse. Yeah.
Alright. It's difficult terrain. Cora's turn. Top of the round. Now the Green Hill Giant is dead.
Okay, so I'll use my bonus action to transfer my aim over to blue and hit Blue Hill Giant.
Alright, roll a hit. That hits. How do you want to do this? Blue has 1 HP, so
no!
Oh.
you can't not kill it.
Let's see. I want to take off its head too.
Okay, so Blue just reeling from spirit guardians and gloves slapping it. Ugh, ugh. Cora, on a mission of vengeance, thinks of her family briefly, draws her bow, looses the arrow with such force that it tears through the neck of the hill giant, and the head topples off its shoulders, and the body rolls to the ground, slumps down, dead.
Underneath.
Okay, combat over.
Combat ends. The glove goes away. People
Woo!
start concentrating on things.
We murderated.
We killed things.
I look in my little pouch and I see if any of my little giant's teeth have rotted away.
No.
No? No, none of the ones that killed my family were there? Okay.
And
Womp womp.
with that, we'll take our 10-minute break. So we'll be back at 6:45. Stick around.
I was so excited when I figured out that I could cast a no concentration spell while concentrating on another spell.
And we're
I was
back.
worried.
Welcome back,
Alright.
everybody.
Hey,
Anyone have a little bottle or anything? I want to collect some of
Bottle.
this blood. I prefer not to fill my water skin with fucking giant blood.
Cora, would you like the teeth? I can bash the teeth out.
no, these teeth are special.
The green
Or
one
that.
whose head you exploded. You think you could
Has
maybe
no teeth left.
go around and find a jaw and maybe teeth if you want?
No, I'm not. No. Yeah, I'm good. And
Cora,
I
you
have a
lucky team
mess
for
kit. Do you want my
victory.
flask from my mess kit, I guess? Does anyone want to heal me? I'm still a little...
Yeah.
I'm only at 6.
I'll do cure wounds on you. Come back and
Thanks.
do the thing.
My mess kit only has a cup in it, and I don't know if I want to carry a cup of blood with me. Not there yet.
Okay, so no blood for you then.
But if you've got a flask, I'll take the flask.
No flasks.
Ooh.
I have a water
You know what? I have that empty whiskey bottle, probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Cora, you
collect.
get 10
yeah.
points.
Okay.
Since me and Alec finished that, I'm gonna collect some giant blood in my empty bottle of whiskey.
All right.
How much? Like a full whiskey bottle worth?
Yeah, might as well. I've got a vessel.
750 milliliters, give or.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable amount of giant's blood.
Hey guys. Okay, eventually I want to play with this death seed a little bit, and it needs blood.
Okay.
I thought we purified it. It's no longer a death steed. It's a...
We don't know that,
Okay. Okay.
How do
but
you
I'm not
know
about to
it
plant it in the
needs-
ground anytime soon.
And
Yeah,
why
Lost
are
is
we
chaotic,
Neutral.
neutral. Oh shit.
Why are we so nonchalant about this needs blood? I feel like I have questions, Lost.
Well, it's already dead. I mean, I'm not like, hey, when we purified the woods outside of Moon, we did so. I mean, they were like sacrificing villagers. I'm just gathering blood from things we killed for other reasons.
We can also take a rest if you guys want before we explore the rest of the cave. It might not be safe, but
Who needs a rest? I mean,
I'm
But I'm
fine,
okay.
but
I'm fine,
I
and I
could
don't
use
think a short rest
8
wouldn't
more.
give me any spell slots
I
back.
would
So
get my
Did-
channel
did-
divinity back.
Did anyone throw us a cure at Cora?
I did.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 8 more HP I could use, but...
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm missing like
if we're-
35
Cast Cure
HP.
Wound.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
you should do that on Alec, and if we're gonna do a short rest, I'll take my hit dice worth. I mean, that's better.
Well, yeah, if we're gonna take a short rest, don't worry about healing me. I'll just use hit dice.
Oh yeah. Actually, I guess Alec, you took a bunch of damage. So yeah, I'll throw a cure your way. Cure wounds.
Are we not resting? Is that our plan?
it sounds like a short rest might be a good idea based
I
on the
vote yes.
condition of everybody.
Okay,
Okay.
then
Fine,
no, I
short
don't
rest.
need your heals. Thank you.
I'm just gonna clear the board here.
Oh,
Okay.
there's nothing to explore.
I mean, you know what the cave looks like. We don't need to be looking at it to
Fair enough, I guess.
explore
It's
it.
just more fun to look at it.
Sure, we can keep it up for a bit.
I'm teasing.
It's fine.
I want to see if I can figure out how to make your magic door work.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It
But
doesn't look like it was a door. It looks like he slammed the walls of the cave and it caved in behind him.
Oh, okay.
We are not strong enough to deal with that.
I can plant my staff. Grow a tree right through that wall.
I don't want to die from a cave-in.
That's probably a good idea.
So everyone else is
You're
going to stand
also-
back, and Lost is going to try.
You're also not confident that trees can grow roots through solid rock, which all of this is.
My kind of plants can.
Did you want to look around this area more?
Apparently, we still want to figure out how to make the door go open.
If it was a cave-in, then never mind.
It was a cave-in. Yeah.
The DM has clarified.
Can I
Me and
use my-
Trogdor are gonna wander around and look at things and see
I'd
what
like
we
to
can
go look
perceive.
at. I'd like to go look at the door and use my dwarvishness to
Okay.
see how well I can mine my way out of there.
It's not a door. You mean this?
Well, the
cave-in?
caved-in wall. Yeah.
So there's a huge pile of large boulders and smaller crumbled rocks that cover the area where there once was an opening into what you
So-
assume is the next cavern.
estimation time if I were to try to get through it?
Roll is your not stone sense, right? Roll survival. I think that would be.
Survival's good. I'm pretty sure I have survival. I don't, but I'm okay at it. 17.
With your tools, which you don't have any like picks or way to split these boulders,
Crushinator.
you think you would damage the crushinator working your way through these. It's not made to
Damn.
split boulders. You'd just be hitting it against these rocks. You don't think you could get through this ever with the tools you have currently.
Okay.
Ever. Okay.
Guys,
that
we have
is
to go
a-
back the way we... This is caved in quite thoroughly.
Yeah.
Well, that is quite disappointing. I wanted to find my foes.
Well, there's a little bit more cave that we haven't explored. I mean,
Giants
We are-
escaping.
for all we know, there's more giants elsewhere in this cave.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
Back
did
to the
already kill 3 of them.
cave.
Oh, and we did take that short rest, so I should roll some dice.
So you rest for an hour. The cave is quiet, serene, bizarrely serene given the carnage that just ensued. So, these are all the places you've been.
I want to check this area.
Yeah, let's head back to there. That's my vote as well.
Okay. Head back over to this section of cave. I assume you're casting light again, Thea?
Yeah, Thea,
Yes.
since we've
Dark.
killed all those giants, we might as well.
Are you guys trying to
lighter
be
path a
sneaky
little
at
bit
all,
better.
or are you just assuming everything's okay and walking all the way back?
We should probably try.
Well, he can only do that once per day, I think, is what we decided.
Is that what it is? Oh, well, then... Just going
I
normal.
think we could still
That's not
maintain
true.
caution in our movement, but I will cast light so that we can see our way until we hear anything else.
Okay.
Cautious, but not sneaky.
He can use the staff to cast Pass Without Trace at will. Excellent.
That one.
Well,
Oh.
then let's be sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone roll stealth.
Ooh, look at me!
Oh, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, did you roll disadvantage?
19.
Damn.
Alik?
Oh, yeah, I need to roll disadvantage.
36.
And then
Alright.
19 for
So
Thea.
you think you're all being pretty stealthy. Nothing of note happens. You make your way back here. This is, the cave narrows only slightly and then opens up into this sort of long hallway type section. Within that hallway, there are numerous small bones that look quite rotted. Small bits of fabric. There's even like a little, what looks like a tent. Very small, like, you know, Cora and maybe Ali could fit into it. And there is like a circular formation of small rocks. You don't find a lot else there on initial inspection.
I guess I'd like to look in the small tent.
Okay, so you just pull back a flap.
Hello? Anybody home?
There's no response. Looking inside,
Okay.
there's a small, ratty, rotted fur along the ground.
I pick up the fur. Is there anything underneath it?
It's pretty gross. It kind of squishes in your hand as you
Lol.
pick it up. Underneath it, there's just like what looks maybe like a blood stain and a little smears of flesh from the fur itself.
These halfling
it's
remains.
it's a fresh.
Who's got?
You're talking about the bones?
Who's got medicine? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll check out the ones.
I'll assist.
Uh, 15 plus 8. 23.
Inspecting the bones, they're all sorts of small mammal bones, like rodents, rats. You do find a few that are pig, but there's only like a couple larger pig bones, mostly like smaller rats and stuff like that.
Seems like something was living here and probably eating these creatures.
And you also make note that none of the bones are in any way charred. They don't look like they've been cooked.
They were
Yum.
consumed raw, most likely.
I don't know of many creatures that camp and eat things raw. I would be wary of whatever this is.
Perhaps they were trying to avoid capture by the giants also in the cave. They could have not lit a fire to avoid detection.
That's possible.
Indeed, but this does not seem like a very subtle camping spot.
Can I
Fair enough.
guess
You
any
also
kind of
notice that the
creature?
ceiling is very low here. It's just maybe 10 feet tall at its tallest and like 6 to 7 feet tall at its shortest. Some people have to duck a bit to fit into certain parts of the cave.
Do I have any guesses
Okay.
what type of creature would make a tent and eat these types of animals?
Roll
or see in the
investigation.
camp?
I can give no, I cannot give advantage
10.
on that.
10. There are many creatures that eat flesh raw and might have small camps. Bugbears are slightly larger. Maybe goblins. Maybe desperate halflings. It's not exactly clear.
Okay. Well, we found a camp, but we didn't find a thing. I guess I want to inspect the cave around us and see if there's any hidden things, any hidden walls, anywhere to go that would
Roll
not be this room.
perception.
Plus 6.
18.
Plus 5.
At the
17.
very back of the cave, you notice a boulder that looks a bit out of place, a small rock, and you push it aside, and there is a tiny opening, maybe 1 foot in diameter. You sort of push yourself into it, and you can't even fit into it. You see that beyond the opening, a tunnel extends back.
Okay. But I can't fit into it. Does the tunnel widen behind it?
You can't see
Like
that
if we
far.
widen
It's dark.
the opening, it's dark. Would you lend me some light? I would like to see if we widen this opening, if I could fit in. There seems to be some sort of expanse back here.
Do you have a small object?
There are plenty of pebbles on the ground, I'm sure.
Alright, I cast light on a pebble.
Okay. The pebble glows. Familiar hum of Thea's light spell.
Okay. And I hold it in front of me and kind of look down into the opening and see if it widens or what's going on back
As
there.
far as you can see, the tunnel, if anything, maybe gets a little bit more narrow, but only slightly.
What's the rough opening measurements?
About
Like
a foot.
1 foot in diameter.
Okay. I'm gonna wild shape into a rat.
Okay.
I want to go explore.
Okay. You scurry down, so lost form dissolves. Suddenly there's just a rat on the floor where he once was. Starts running into the tunnel.
Before
Oh,
you run
yes.
into the tunnel, maybe I should attach the pebble with a scrap of cloth to
you
use.
pick
You
up
have light.
Lost and like tie the the pebble to him. He's just like flailing, squeaking. Set him back down, and he marches down the tunnel. So the tunnel goes pretty
Always
far
had
back.
a feeling about it.
You would guess maybe like 20 or 30 feet back, and then it turns to the left. You follow the turn, and it just keeps going. You're maybe 60 feet down the tunnel now. It's like winding left and right. You continue?
Yep, I'm gonna keep on going.
All right. It keeps winding, and eventually you see... It's a little hard to tell with the light strapped to your back, but you think you see a light in front of you as well.
Can I wriggle free of the way that Thea has attached this to me?
Just trying to be helpful.
Sure. Yeah, let's just say you can just wriggle free of it.
Okay.
Deposit the stone behind you. Keep going.
Yep, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna cautiously approach the light source I see.
Okay. So it's this faint, sort of turquoisey blue light that pulses very gently. There's only a slight pulse. It's very slow at the end of the tunnel. And you emerge into another cavernous room. Throughout this room, there are dozens, maybe hundreds, of these fairly large, maybe like a foot tall, mushrooms that glow and pulse with a glowing turquoise light. You hear bzzz. Small beetle-like insects occasionally fly between the mushrooms around in the air.
Can I identify the mushrooms? I am proficient in nature. I know I am a rat
roll
also.
Nature. You're just as smart as you are if you're wild shaping.
13.
Okay, these are lumen shrooms. You've heard of them. You know that they give off a distinctive pulsing sort of turquoise blue light, and they can be found in wet caves.
Neat. Well, so as to not completely abandon the rest of my party. How about how large is this cavern that I've come into? You said very large. Can I see the extent of it?
You would guess maybe like 30 by 50 or so feet.
Are there any other visible entrances, openings, larger than
You don't
rat
really
size?
have a good sight line from the ground. It's a bit craggy in here, not quite as bad as the worst parts of this cave. But if you want to crawl and like get to the highest point you can find,
Yeah, how big are the
show
beetles?
you where you are. The beetles are almost your size as a rat. They're actually quite large.
Because
You're in
I can.
this room here. And as you climb to the top of the highest sort of little perch rock that you can find, looking around the room, you also see some clear liquid over in this corner of the cave.
Okay, so I am going to hope that the larger opening that I leads into a portion of the cave that we have not yet researched, explored as a party. So I will go back and rejoin the group and let them know what I've found.
Takes you a while to get back. Meanwhile, everyone's just waiting. No one's saying anything.
I'm
I
going
hope he
to.
hasn't been eaten by something larger.
I'm going to run out and start chirping loudly, and then realize that I haven't turned back into myself. Turn back into my normal
Lost.
playful self. And
Lost rat form sort of dissolves and grows back into the normal tiefling form that you're all familiar with.
So this cavern leads farther deeper into this cave system, and there's a large, or this tunnel leads into a much larger cavern that is full of lumen mushrooms and some sort of water source. I think the other way that we came in from the entrance, we might be able to get over there. But I figured I'd come back before treading too deeply.
Sounds good.
Let's go around and see if we can make our way to this cavern.
Yeah.
Heading back into the main chamber here.
What are lumen mushrooms good for?
Well, they produce light. I'm not sure much anything else that I've used them for. Okay. Keep on going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so in this central part of the cavern here, it's again just signs that giants have been here.
Before we
recently.
move through, as somebody who used to ship things, can I tell like what this might have been or where they might have come from? The box pieces.
The box pieces?
Didn't you say there were like broken crates and pieces of fabric and rocks and stuff?
There are
like
not broken crates here.
Oh,
There are
okay.
bits
I don't know why I
of
thought
wood,
that.
like large pieces of wood, that haven't really even been carved or altered.
that? Oh, okay.
Much.
Never
They're like large tree branches or tree trunks, and then there are also smaller like burnt pieces of wood. There are
Okay.
no signs of any crates here.
Never mind.
Okay. Coming through, glancing off to the north. You see the floor of the cavern descends a bit, just very gently, and you can't quite see over the edge of it from where you are. If you wanted to move north, you could look over it.
Might as well.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we should.
I'm gonna claim that I'm not entirely sure because I was a rat how far deep into the cave I went.
Okay, so looking north, see what it might be. Looking down out in front of you, suddenly the smell of gore just hits your nose, and you almost retch. There's an enormous pit, effectively, at the bottom of this slope, full of discarded guts and waste products from different large animals. Bones and stuff litter the floor. Cat howls in the distance.
Roll a d20 Constitution save against losing your lunch.
Well, I guess those small animals weren't the only things being eaten in this cave.
Ugh.
Ugh, this is disgusting. Let us get away and continue on
This
our
definitely isn't what I see.
explorations.
Keep on going up. Yeah.
Okay, continuing on down the cave, you come to another sort of craggy area. This time it's still brown rocks. They crumble a bit beneath your feet as you walk. They're not quite as sturdy as the other rocks. Continuing yet further, you come to a sort of narrow section of the cave, the narrowest you've found so far. Pushing onwards, there's a bit of a bend, and you start to feel little bits of soil underfoot, just tiny amounts of it, and as this sort of brown rock crumbles beneath you. And moving forward further still, you find the cave that Lost had found. The insects buzz. Their gentle droning fills the room as they fly from mushroom to mushroom.
Anyone wanted? Well, I'm gonna, depending on what size these mushrooms are, I'm gonna gather a handful.
They are quite large. A single one of them, they're about a foot tall, like 6 inches to a foot tall. They glow and pulse gently. Did you want to just take one of them?
Yeah, I'll just grab one.
Can we roll nature together to find out more about them or what they might be good for?
I'm gonna say Lost already checked. I think if you are you proficient in nature, Cora?
I guess survival more so.
No, it was
I
soothing
am
nature.
in nature, but
You can roll to see if you know about lumen shrooms.
why not? 16.
Jeez.
Oh no, sorry, 10. I forgot.
I was gonna say.
I forgot nature
what?
is intelligence, not wisdom.
Okay. So you know that lumen shrooms give off a faint glow.
Pretty good.
They continue to give off that glow after being picked, but only for a short time. And as they effectively die, like all their metabolic processes stop. And that they are meaty and a bit tasty.
Do I see any evidence of like creatures hiding in this cavern?
Roll survival.
I can assist with that.
$18.
It doesn't look like a bunch has come through here until you spot some. Well, no. Doesn't look like much has come through here.
Okay.
Certainly not for some time.
Can I tell what this liquid is? Is it water?
You go over to it. It is a colorless, odorless liquid. There's a small pool here that looks like it's fed from a small hole at the far side of it. You know, put your hands in it, splashes a bit. Seems like water.
Okay.
This area of the cave too is, what's the word I'm looking for? Not precipitation. It's more humid than the rest of the cave. I think that might be why the mushrooms are able to live here.
Yeah.
There's also a small bit of soil around that the mushrooms seem to be planted in.
Um,
I'm gonna
not
eat
sure how
some
much
and drink some
energy-
water.
Sorry.
I'm not sure how much energy you have left lost. Would you be able to become a swimming creature and maybe see what is through the hole at the back of this liquid-filled cave?
Sure. Let's see. What should I become?
So, Cora is going to grab a mushroom. Lost, did you want to grab a mushroom as well?
Yes.
Okay. As you... Who's doing it
I'll
first?
also grab a mushroom.
Lost wanted to do it first, right? So Lost
Yep.
goes to grab a mushroom. Roll a dex save. You reach in to grab it. You grab the mushroom and you feel something touch your hand very gently, and you pull back just in time as one of the beetles like sticks out a large stinger right where your hand was and crawls back into the mushroom.
Mushroom traps!
Maybe we shouldn't pick these. It looks like the beetles that live in this cave have chosen to reside and possibly eat these mushrooms.
Did we nature check the beetles?
I did not.
See what kind of beetles they are.
I can help.
So, what kind of beetles are these?
Can I
Would
nature
you
check the
Yeah,
beetles?
go for it. Yeah.
Know
I'll help
about
you
these?
too.
You will as well?
Yeah.
You're gonna assist,
I'm
or
gonna
you're
assist
gonna...
Lost.
Okay.
Well,
thing
good,
you
because
did.
I needed it.
That's better.
It's 20.
These are crimbo beetles. They like they like to nest in larger mushrooms, sometimes even in living myconids themselves. And they are they have a symbiotic relationship with the mushrooms. They, consume the meat off the mushrooms, and they defend them from things that want to eat them.
How do you spell that?
CRIMBO. Is it A for beetles? Or E
Oh.
again?
It's E.
BEE, that's what I had. TLES.
Okay.
Crimbo beetles.
So just as an aside, this wouldn't be I was thinking something out loud, but I'm sleepy, so my thoughts are like halfway.
Okay. It'll be bedtime soon.
Okay, so for Nerdia's request, God, what's something that reasonable that I would have seen?
I mean, how big is the hole?
Yeah, how big is the
Roll
opening?
perception. It's in some murky water, sort of far away. That's not really murky water, actually. It's totally clear water.
I got a 20.
The hole, again, looks like maybe a foot in diameter or so.
Okay, I'm gonna wild shape into a frog
More oblong. Okay.
and go exploring another hole.
Okay. So swimming through the hole as your frog self, you notice there are no creatures in this water at all, fortunately for you. You suddenly think that, hey, what would happen if I wild shape back in this tiny hole? And then you keep swimming and forget about it. And you, about 20 or 30 feet in, you reach a small cavern with where the water seems to be pouring in from above, like a waterfall.
Okay, I will return to the party.
Okay. The rest of the party sees a frog come hippity hopping out of the.
I guess I could check out the cavern before I return to the party.
It's very small.
Probably should.
It basically is. It's almost like the tube just like turns straight up. There's just a couple extra inches on either side. And
Okay.
There's like a sheer cliff face and water coming down.
Yeah, I'll return to the party. Wild shape back.
But then it turns back into lost.
Yeah, this is just. It looks like there's some sort of water running down the hills or mountains that make up this cave formation. So we have a little underground aquifer.
I wonder how that stone giant. I mean, if there's another passage to where he is.
Trust me, there's. I mean, the depending on the scale of the cave-in that he caused, maybe, but I couldn't have turned back into my normal self where the water came in.
Yeah. Well, thanks for checking.
No problem.
We might have to leave the cave and try to find an entrance outside if we want to find
Yeah.
out where he went.
Alright, if that's the only way to find him, let's keep going. I don't want to let him get too far.
Is there light? Does anyone have a light spell on as we're going back?
Thea has a light spell on her
Alright.
staff.
Yeah, I've got it on my
Yeah.
staff.
I'm gonna keep like a special eye out for more little holes that go anywhere or anything as we go back.
Okay. Roll perception.
I can assist.
+8.
They're just gonna make me
Roll
explore
for
all
the
the
assist.
holes.
Yeah.
22. 22.
Roll for the assist.
Oh, okay.
Cora's assisting. Okay, so 22. You're being pretty careful to check all the way back. Don't see any small holes.
Okay.
Other than ones maybe like, baseball size.
Yeah.
They lead back just a bit. You can't tell how far they go. Make your way back out.
What time is it now?
You can't tell, you're indoors.
Okay.
And there's no way to uncover that last gray section? How do we get there? Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Yay!
Fully explored the cavern.
Okay.
So, making your way back out the front of the cave, you emerge into the familiar small hills that you entered from to the northeast of Brimshire, north of the road to Moontip. You
Well,
emerge
it's
and,
gonna be.
You would guess it's just after midday, like maybe 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
It's not likely we're gonna pick up any sort of tracks on this side since he escaped out the back. I'm not sure, Cora, how you want us to pursue. Or should we get back on our way towards Brimshire?
Well, let me at least attempt to scout the surrounding area. Can I do a D20 search, or do we have to go
ahead,
rounding, or how do?
roll survival.
Can I help as well? Find
You proficient?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nerdia and Cora roll together. Okay. We'll take those two.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good thing. Doesn't matter.
17 plus survival, 5, 21. 22.
You do find a lot of tracks. You actually start to find some what you think might be like mountain goat tracks. As you're getting towards the mountains, you find maybe some sheep tracks, small sheep. You find a lot of small game like hen, quail, and stuff like that. More towards the plain side of things. You don't find any humanoid tracks. I should say the only humanoid tracks you do find are you sort of follow them out the entrance of the cave. They're the ones who went to here and came back out. They seem to head south, nearly south.
Following the humanoid tracks might be they might be able to possibly shed some light on what they experienced while they were camping here.
No. Yeah. We've got nothing better here. I could expend a spell slot to do primordial awareness, which aberration, celestial, dragon, fae, elemental, fiends, and undead. If they're stone giants, would they count as elemental?
No.
Okay, then that won't help. Alright, cool, let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the human tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You successfully follow them back to the road where they vanish amongst thousands of other tracks.
Everyone else is...
Great.
Well,
then.
Back to... I'm sure it is.
Yep. Maybe somebody in town will have some idea about the giants that live in these mountains.
And some platinum.
And a diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want a heart.
Heading into Brimshire, there's a small road that breaks off the main road between Brimshire, between Thaura and Moontip and Hyton. And so it heads straight north. Doesn't go too far. A couple miles in, you spot a large farm to your right with a couple of farmhouses to the east of the road. As you approach, as soon as you see the buildings, you see the buildings from a bit of a way off, you see like billowing smoke that is framed by the mountains behind it, the large peaks of the Foldstaff Mountains towering over the small town of Brimshire. Smoke billows out from buildings within. As you approach, you get closer, you hear clinking, tapping of metal. Almost immediately. Let's see if I have anything for this. Tapping of metal over and over. It sounds far off still, but there's so much of it you can hear it. And there are numerous small buildings. Let's get the actual map in here. Why not? Smash the party.
Oh, I probably should have also reminded you I have level 1 exhaustion. I think those skill checks should have been a little bit less impressive.
Oh yeah, you have disadvantage.
Doesn't it go away with a short rest?
Level of exhaustion? Yeah, I think so. I'd say you heal 1 level of exhaustion with a short rest.
Oh, okay.
Probably don't.
Don't have to worry about it. Cool.
Don't have to worry about it. Where'd the pawn end up? Middle of the map?
I was so close to death. Thank you.
So I don't know where the other pawn ended up. Oh, this must be it. Doesn't really matter. So you start to see the grass line kind of fade into this muddy-ish brown before it changes into this just straight dry brown dirt, cracks in places. The trees fade behind you as you make your way down the road. Heading to the end of the road here, there's a large lookout tower to the west, and you see a couple men atop it. They eye you as you pass. The road hooks a bit and narrows at this point, and into Brimshire proper you go. It is approaching night as you enter the town. Much of the clinking you were hearing earlier stops, as it is people are getting ready to settle down for the night. You hear a lot of boisterous laughter, though, and as you make your way into town, you notice a couple of pubs where people are laughing and playing, drinking. People are stumbling out. A lot of these people are just dressed in very simple linens, very dirty, some torn in places, simple like sackcloth pants, and sort of hardy boots. Some of them still have gloves on and like leather bracers on their arms. And they're consuming copious amounts of drink. And I think we will end it there as the party enters Brimshire on the evening.
Woo!
So, we'll start up next time. We'll get it right into Brimshire. It's evening time, and we'll pick up there 1 week from today.
Oof.
Woo!
Good job,
Okay.
everybody. It was a tough fight. Thank you all for sticking with me for everything. Thank you to our viewer, probably. Viewers. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.
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 Woo.